at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my chick, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of the
Look how
culture.
far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't know.
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of the
Look how
culture.
far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog.
Good morning, good morning,
Running my
good
check, I
morning,
ran
good
on my
morning.
bag, I did what I did.
Let me get this down.
Running my
Let me
check,
get
I
it-
ran on my
Hey,
bag, I
what's
did what
going
I
on,
did.
everybody? What's
And how
going
good
on?
they
Let me
judge
get this down. There we go. Wait, y'all don't see me. There we go. There we go. I was hiding for a second. Let me set this over here. That lens cover. Just doing a quick sound check on my end before we get this thing started on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. On a beautiful Monday, everybody. Got a little delay, so let's see. Make sure my sound is coming through good. There we go. Okay. All right. We good. Let me get this down so I'm not distracted. Let me get this down. We are good there. We are good. We are good. Let me get this in. Let me get this in. Y'all, welcome in to Overreaction Monday. Overreaction Monday. We have a lot of people overreacting to what happened this weekend. It's a couple things they're missing. We're going to have a great conversation around it. We have some new segments we're going to be introducing today. We're going to hear from some of our very own Patreon members. So it's exciting times, man. It's exciting times. I hope you all are excited as well. Y'all know we got motivation, stat man. We're going to check and see how we did as a group. We're going to check our homework from the over-under game. And I think y'all are going to be surprised at the results once we get to the over-under game. Then that's when we'll introduce a new segment where you'll hear from the Patreon members. After that, we'll introduce the second new segment where we'll hear specifically from the YouTube members. After that, we're going to Access Denied. We're hearing from head coach Todd Monken, the Todd Father. Rocking that Todd Father tee. Rocking that Todd Father tee today. And we'll break down what he spoke about on his Zoom call on Sunday. Also, if you remember, I started writing articles, and I said I was going to do a pre-camp article and then an article after every game. So the first article, the first game article will be live, OffThaRecordDee.com /blog or OffThaRecordDee.com, top left corner, click articles. That article will be live at 2 p.m. today. Y'all, I'm working. I'm working. So when I say I'm working. So I think y'all will like that. I might release it on X too. I got to see. They also have articles feature, so I got to see. I might release it on my website first, then maybe a day later release it on X. I'll work out the details, but definitely that'll be available. I'll send a reminder on Patreon for that. Let's do this thing right, though. Let's greet everybody in the chat like only we can. Let's start from the top. Let's see who we have first in the box. First in the box, we had Jimi Hendrix. Good morning. Welcome to another day in paradise, a.k.a. Black World, where the lions and the zebras are buddies. We can get along. Great morning, y'all. Let's get it on this beautiful Monday. I like your choice of words there. Good morning, Black Pearl. Top of the morning, everyone. What's going on, Black Pearl?
What's up? What up?
What is going on, Shanithia? Good morning, family. Good morning. Come to Off the Record D, where we going to read your super chats. Your voice is going to be heard. Heavy on your voice is going to be heard. What's going on, Shanithia? Tool Man, Bum Gia, what's going on? We are live. We are here. We're in this thing. What's going on, Tool Man? Glad to have you. Ivy League Mac, what's up? The trolls are dancing in the streets, but we do not care.
We do not care.
I ain't worried about nothing. I think Todd Monken, head coach Todd Monken, has said what he's looking for from the two players, and a lot of it is not going to show up on the stat sheet, and people are not listening. And that's their problem. That is their problem. Are we ready to overreact on Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? Basically, every day of the week. Every day of the week, we can overreact. Let's keep it going. CO7111, good morning all. Pray everyone is good. Appreciate your prayers, CO7111. Hopefully you are doing well also. Good morning, Dawn. How you doing today? Good morning, D. I'm avoiding negative content today. Too much. I'm certain that Shador will have a great week leading to starting on Saturday. I believe he's going to have a great week, too. He's going to get a lot of reps this week. He's going to be more in the flow. If I could have one critique on the quarterback competition, leading into your start, I would prefer that he would have prepared them like a game week where the number one would have got number one reps, the number two would have got 2 reps, and he kept it in the flow so they get some time with the guys they're going to be playing with. That's my one critique of it. But besides that, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. Who we got next? Miss Brown, good morning. Glad to have you back. Hopefully you made it back home safely. Safe travels to you, and then also condolences to you and your family. Glad to have you as always, Miss Brown. Bonsoir. What's going on, Evar? Blessings all. Glad to have you. Craig, good morning. D and chat fam. Craig, what's going on, man? What's going on? Key Mathis in the building. Good morning, Off the Record fam. Happy Monday. What's going on, Key Mathis? Glad to have you. 45-47. Lots of love on this channel. Glad to see everyone. Yes, something special happens in my chat, and I just can appreciate that. Y'all get along, y'all communicate, and then y'all can even take that communication other places. So just something special happening over here. Something special happening. Let's see. Nah, it ain't look good for the supercomputer. Nah, not really. Not really. Art Jizzle, good morning, chat room and Off the Record D. Art Jizzle, what's going on, man? Glad to have you.
No, I ain't looking at no feet. Now ain't nobody looking at no feet.
You looking at feet?
All right. Yes, I'm looking at feet.
Foot Patrol is in the building, y'all. It's in the building. Tika, what's going on? Hey, everybody.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
He didn't learn nothing. What's going on, Zedric, my dog? Good morning, good people. Happy Overreaction Monday to all who celebrate. For real. For real.
Nah, I just didn't care. Like,
For real.
I said what I said. I'm not gonna say it again, but I just don't care. Like,
I thought Shador looked good, ran the old nice. He did. He took advantage of the situation that was in front of him. What more could you ask for? I know he won a couple plays back, but besides that, it's okay. Loretta, what's going on? Hello, D in chat. What's going on, Loretta? Good morning to you. I slept through my major chats. No negative vibes. Yeah, it's going to be people that turn this thing negative. People are ready to turn on the coach. They're ready to turn on this. Man, I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't giving it no energy. If y'all want to know why I'm laughing and why I'm going to be laughing so much this year, it's because fool me once, shame on me. Fool man can't get fooled again. They got me last year. They won't get me this year, y'all. They won't get me. Derek Spinner, good morning, chat. What up, D? The Browns look meh. Yes, to be expected. To be expected. I think we had some players that look good. I think we had some players who stood out and looked good. Overall, new system, learning new things. They're going to be a step slow. With time, it will look better. It will look better. It will look better. Oh, where we at? Where we at? I didn't hear as much negative about the QBs as I thought I would. Where's the link, D? Which one? Which one? Tika, which one? The link to the new article. The new article will be out at 2 p.m. today. 2 p.m. today. I'll send a reminder on Patreon. I'll send a reminder on Patreon to the link to the new article that's coming out today. D took the Todd Father shirts off the website after Deshaun Watson took Shador first team reps. Nah, you know it's still here. You know it's still here. Work. Yeah, just like Rihanna. You know we putting that work in, y'all. We working. Daisha, happy Monday. Off the record family. Daisha, what's going on? Jimi Hendrix said we was gonna lose 200 to 200 to 10. They tried to make it close. Q, what's going on? Crazy how Rizzo Grossi said Watson did enough to win the job. Now they downplaying Sanders. Bill start saying he will only play with the 2s and the 3s. Man, Q, what's going on? I would say this. Y'all know I really enjoy when I can break down the film and watch the film a lot so far. The same goes for Deshaun. The same way Shador was in with the 3s, in some cases a 4, that's who Deshaun is going to be playing with. They're only looking at this thing from one side. They're only looking at it like Shador is behind the 8 ball or Shador is not going to be playing with the 1s. Okay. But look who Deshaun is going to be playing the third quarter with. Just don't say I didn't warn you, because these people are putting themselves in a bad spot with how they're critiquing Shador, because now when it's flipped and Shador is the one that plays for the first half, he gets to get more of a rhythm. He gets more drives under his belt. Then Deshaun is going to go out there in the third. So, Deshaun has to worry about coming off the bench, not being a starter, not, going through the normal game day routine. That's what a competition is. So they just got to be careful. I'm saving my live reaction for next week after the Bills game. Need to see something. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. Amber, what's going on? Good morning. Lipstick Junkie, what's going on? I got the voicemail. Can't wait for everybody to hear your voicemail. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for participating. Deshaun has never come in a game in relief. If he plays Saturday, that's the bigger test for him than Shador. Man, we on the same page, Edric. We're on the same page. I think that's the bigger reason as to why they want to wrap this competition up now. Yep. Need to get me a theme song or a greeting. Kind of jealous of people who got one already. Tool man, let's talk on X. Let's work something out for you. Weird stuff going on. I love that. They said DG needed more RAM. Man, look. The people who were saying DG was going to come and take the QB2 spot. Man, I'm not even gonna make this about go deep on DG. I think DG is who he is. I think he just confirmed how I saw him. But those people who were pushing him a week and a half ago, they gonna act like he don't exist now. They act like he don't exist. They should have made sure it was a gaming PC so they could upgrade the memory, upgrade the fan, all that. Selmo Fudd, what's going on? Good morning, D. What's up, big dog? Nightbot came in and took the QB job. Nightbot said, let me play. I can play. He said, I can play.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies.
What's going on, big dog? Shout out to Selmo Fudd also participating. Y'all can get to hear from Selmo Fudd later on in the stream. I appreciate you. Shout out to you for being here. Does anybody know if Coach is speaking today? I know he spoke yesterday. He is scheduled to speak today at 12:50. We're supposed to get either players or assistant coaches access at 12, and then he is slated to speak at 12:50. Monken went into the game looking for certain things, not sure if winning was one of them. He made it clear running and line play was one of them. Pitboy, what's going on? Very good assessment there. I agree with that. Okay, got it. Okay, good, Tika, good. Agreed, and if he plays, they will definitely be in a position to draft a quarterback at the top of the draft next year. Oh, I know who y'all talking about. Am I the only one who has noticed that while this competition is going on, the NFL mostly pretends like Deshaun Watson doesn't exist? Yeah, the NFL, they are not showing. Monken misspoke only on one thing at the press conference when he said DG threw to the right place, but he couldn't see it. Man, oh man. Good morning, everyone. What's going on, Miss K? The trolls are dancing is a waste because Shador and Watson showed okay Saturday. Shador did not play bad, after which the game again frame by frame. Yeah, people got to watch it. I've watched it a decent amount of times. The stuff I'm seeing in my takeaways are definitely a little bit different than what I'm seeing for other people. Freedom Me TV, what's going on? I watched all 22. Watson was so antsy in the pocket. That's why he was doing checkdowns. That won't work during the season. Somebody watched the all 22. Somebody watched it. That was also my takeaway. I'll give you all my takeaways. Y'all gonna read more about it in my article when it comes out at 2 p.m. But I'll tell you all this. Spencer Fano looked really good. Really good. Spencer Fano looked really good. He was out there on the island. You see his foot speed, you see his power, you see his toughness, him finishing plays. He looked really good. He jumped off the page for me was him. Spencer Fano. Casey Concepcion looked like he is playing and running in turbo speed. His return, if you see it from the all 22 angle of his return, if that guy doesn't get him to clip his feet, man, oh man, he might take that back. If he can make one guy plus the kicker miss. Judy didn't look bad. Denzel Boston made a play. Gage made a couple good plays. He has to work on his punt return, and he probably wants to play back where he got the ball jarred out where he got hit. But it's so much more going on once you watch it. Also, I'm seeing a lot of people try to defend Deshaun Watson when he threw the ball in the dirt to KC Concepcion, saying, oh, it was a zone play, he should have sat down. If you watch that on the all 22, you'll see that the defense actually blew the coverage and didn't pass off correctly. So if KC sits where they were telling for him to sit, he would have actually been sitting right there with the defender, able to make a play. Instead, he kept going because it was wide open space and there was nobody there. Deshaun just would have errant passed. So you can tell who actually went back and watched the all 22 and who didn't. DG laid down on the sack like he was taking a nap. Man, he said, look, I'm going to protect myself out here. My prediction is that Watson will not surpass a preseason game. He will be back up before the season starts. I'm sure of it. It's going to play out. Well, Well, I'm here to constantly be the reminder of who the supercomputer is because I'm petty. Hey, they set him up with that. I think we're supposed to sign Zarius Smith today. We need his help if we can get him signed. I saw that the league content creator put out he was likely to sign, and he said he's meeting with another team today. So that was a little back and forth over the weekend. So we'll see. Watson did not hold up after the starting line went out. His reluctance to push the ball was not as good as him leaving clean pockets. I agree. The stats don't match what happened in the game. I agree. Spencer looked good. He has a workout today with another team. Okay, that's what I was just saying. I'm not sure how I feel about this competition now. I feel like they have recently been trying everything to get Deshaun good looks. Yo, D, the voicemail don't let you listen to your recording before you send it. Wasn't pleased with my recording. You didn't like it? I liked it some for it. You got time. You want to go in and drop another one before we get to it? If you want to go in and drop another one before we get to it, go ahead and drop another one now. I got it open over here. So, I liked it. I think you were fair. So, but if you want to drop another one, go drop another one. Go drop another one. After Monken's comment that Shedeur will start, but unclear who he is starting with, I've officially changed my view. A divide exists somewhere in the organization. I don't know if I would go that far. We'll wait and see how it plays. I'll wait and see how it plays out. If Shedeur had played with the ones, just imagine how much better the wide receivers look. I agree with that. Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Good morning, D and the chat family. What's going on, Keith Hunt? Welcome in.
You don't understand.
You don't understand. In pass pro, the line was underappreciated. I agree. Just because people were looking at the results of it, but it's sometimes, man, Deshaun ran into Spencer Fondo's back when he had Isaiah Bond open. So it's just, Tuesday morning when we go live on Patreon only for paid members, y'all will see what I'm referencing right now. Y'all will see it on Tuesday. Y'all be able to ask me questions, all those things that we break it down live. So for Patreon members, part of the All Access crew, by Wednesday morning, and actually by Tuesday afternoon, you'll know that most of these people have no idea what they're talking about because of what they're highlighting is either incorrect or lacks the understanding with it. All is okay. Watson better not chicken out this week. He better play. Shedeur is going up against the ones. Defense against the Bills. Watson didn't do that. The Bears, but he played with his first team. Shedeur didn't. I agree with that. Hopefully he plays. I saw him shaking his hand, so we'll see. They says nothing. I need anyone to watch all 22 to me on the overthrow by Shedeur. Did the DT actually get his hand on Shedeur's chest? I didn't zoom in on it. But I didn't zoom in on it because I don't know. Like, I think people are making too much out of that. I think people are making too much out of the overthrow. In the moment, I said it seemed like he made the right read. It slipped, and he confirmed that. The coach said that. So after that, I don't understand the people who are doing so much extensive look into the interception because it seems as if, based on what the head coach is saying, what they are basing this competition off of is not only stuff that shows up in the stat sheet. So I see people with a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts about that interception, but to me, it's very simple. He read it right. The ball slipped. He overthrew it. It was an interception. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it's something that could be corrected, something that could be fixed. I don't know. I saw a breakdown on X of an NFL quarterback talking about how Shedeur holds the ball. I saw Chase Daniels zooming in, said he played it 30 times to see Shedeur spinning the ball so the ball was wet. I just listened to Shedeur say, yeah, the ball slipped. I didn't need the additional commentary. I mean, it's cool if they want to give it, but I think too much is being made of the interception. That's just me. The All 22 showed me the same D, but I thought it showed that Shedeur looked more like the vet than Deshaun. He had control. I agree with that. Well, I can admit Shedeur made me a Browns fan, but I will 100% not watch if he isn't playing. I'll wait it out. Hey, I understand. I'm a Browns fan. I'm going to watch it, but I understand people who take the other sentiment. I think Haslam wants Deshaun by default unless there's overwhelming evidence for Shedeur. Sanders has to beat the odds, which he can, but it's uphill. He could beat him. I believe he could beat him. Supercomputer was sucking it up instead of saying we're all on the same team and we're all equal. So if you dance to the music, you got to pay to the piper. That's a fact. I don't understand why you have to build up a 10-year vet's confidence. That should tell you a lot. I think the ball was slick and it slipped. He said Dylan said the same on his interception. Yeah, so I don't know why people made such a big thing about it. Dano tried to say Shedeur was holding the ball for over 4 seconds. Don't worry about time to throw. That's the best way I can say it. Don't worry about time to throw. Time to throw, it takes so many. It doesn't. When they tell you time to throw, they're not telling you. They're telling you average time to throw. They're not telling you what the time to throw was on each play. And they can't pinpoint where the time to throw is an issue. So time to throw is only going to be used as a negative regarding Shedeur. So I would say just don't even worry about it. I sort of made up my mind. If he starts, he's on a very short leash, like 2 games. What is crazy is no one asked about the fumble, just the interception. I agree with that. I picked up Boston in fantasy yesterday. All right, Jizzle said, I'm getting ahead because I know they're going to give him the ball. All right, y'all, let's get this thing started. Great open, great open. Glad everybody out here. Great open. Can we break down the time to throw the way you broke down EPA? Yes, give me some time. I'll definitely look into time to throw when it came up, who started tracking it, all those things. Let me just make a quick note here. So I was going to try to do a fantasy, but I'm doing so many different other things. I didn't really want to throw that responsibility onto Zedric and onto Harris from Sports. So with a better plan going into next season, I know it's a long time, unfortunately, but going into next season, I'll be able to add fantasy going into next season. I just didn't want to throw that responsibility on them and put the weight on them. I appreciate both of them for volunteering, but I think we should do it the right way, make sure everybody can enjoy it. So unfortunately, this year we won't be doing fantasy, but going into next year, I'll make sure that we put together the OffThaRecordDee fantasy for sure. We'll do other things. We'll do other things though. Let me take this note. Marker don't want to work. Maurice Mason, what's going on? Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you, man. All right, my marker don't want to work. We'll wait. I won't forget it. I won't forget about the time to throw though. Shedeur has 79 yards in the quarter, showing he's seeing the field to move the ball. I agree with that. You can hold the ball if you got time. What's the problem? I remember when they used to say, wow, he had all day. I remember that as well, Craig. Shedeur was the only QB not to be sacked, so the time of throw BS is just that. That's it. Question, who don't throw interceptions? Answer, people who don't throw the ball. Facts. Facts. Let's get this thing started. Let's start here. Let me make sure I set this up right. We're going to start off with some quick motivation. Then we're going to get to stat man. We're going to grade ourselves from the weekend and see how we did. All right, so let's go here. Shout out to Les Brown. Let's go.
With the territory, you must understand that. I remember I was playing a game with my 9-year-old son, John Leslie, and I beat him 10 straight games in a game called Connect 4. And finally, I said, John Leslie, I'm bored. I don't want to play you anymore. And I got up. I said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. And repeat out to me, please. Let's say this together. It's not over until I win. John Leslie said, no, you can't go now, Dad. I said, why? He said, it's not over until I win. That was his attitude. We sat down and we played several other games. And finally, after the 11th game, John Leslie won, and he got up and he yawned, and he said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. And I'm saying to you, what if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through? What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Talk to him, Les Brown. It's not over until I win. It's not always going to look pretty. It's not always going to look the best. It might not even always go the way you plan for it to go, but it's not over until I win. It's not over until I win. I share those same sentiments. I'm not a quitter. I'm a winner. So even if I lose, I'm going to keep working to win the next time. That's how I view things. A loss doesn't ruin my life. I'm not happy about it. I'm upset about it, but that just makes me go harder to put in the work to win. So I feel the same way Les Brown feels and his son. He said, look, we're going to keep going until we win. We're going to keep going until we win. So that's my sentiments. I thought this was appropriate for today. I thought this was a good message, so that's why we shared it. Shout out to Les Brown. Shout out to Les Brown. All right, let's go here real quick. Let's do this. It's time for Statman. Statman.
Statman. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. We all.
Statman. Yeah, that's you. I want to go on this side, though. I want this to be larger, so let's go here. Where we at? Let's go here. All right, so we did over under. Surprisingly, we did a lot better than people might guess. So touchdowns as a group, we said it would be under 2 touchdowns thrown. We got that correct. Interceptions, we said it would be over 1 thrown. We were correct. First downs, we said it would be under 20. We were correct. It was only 13. Points scored, we said it would be under 30. We were correct. It was only 10. Points allowed, we said it would be over 10. We got that correct. It was 34. So even though it seemed funny, even though it seemed like we had some bias, we got it right, y'all. We got it right. So that was a fun game. I think we might do that again this weekend. This is something we can bring back throughout the course of the season. Just the over-under. I don't do the sports betting thing. I'm careful not to mix money and my emotions because then you can get thrown out. If you choose to, that's perfectly fine. But in our version of over-under, we shooting 100% from the field, y'all. 100% from the field. That's where you want to be. All right, let's keep this thing pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Some more things on the docket. So let's get this up. Let's get this down. Let's go here. And where is it? All right, let me slightly adjust this, y'all. This is taking over the screen. My aunt said it different when we were kids. She said the only fair fight is the one you win. RP auntie. RP to your auntie. That's a fact. The only fair fight is the one you win. The only fair fight is the one you win. Shador is a case study for how success is driven, who gets opportunities when the benefit of the doubt is provided, and who the status quo labels as success. That would be a really good breakdown. Really, really, really good breakdown. I believe they could have scored more, but Monken went for it on multiple 4th downs. I agree, and I think he wants those 4th down calls back, Pitboy. I think he wants those back. Glad y'all enjoyed that motivation. I just thought it was fitting. I had to go back. I know I played this previously, but it seemed like it really met the moment. So that's why I played it. Let's pull this up here. Let me adjust this a little bit. Pull this over here. All right, y'all. So we got a new segment. When I tell y'all I've been working, y'all. Let's get to it. Where we at? We are here. More than just a name on the screen. You're part of the show. More than just a name on the screen. You are part of the show. Shout out to the All Access crew on Patreon. One thing we're going to do is on Reaction Mondays, I'm going to make sure your voice is heard. So if you are on Patreon, I'm going to highlight you via voicemail you can leave or through your reaction to the link I send out on the game. So let me just double check here. See if anybody else needs to be added to this before we go. I don't think so, but just doing a double check. All right, I think we're good. We are good. The first one up. Shout out to Selmo Fudd. Selmo Fudd, I think your voicemail was good. I think it's measured. I think it's fair. So if you want to follow up comments to it, let me know. But I thought it was good when I listened to it. Maya, what's going on? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Where we at? We're here. Glad to have you. Shout out to Selmo Fudd. Let's see what Selmo Fudd has to say about the game on Saturday.
Yo, D, this Selmo big dog. First, I just want to say that seeing the yesterday's game, preseason game, is a big improvement from when Stefanski was in there. And I do like what Monken's doing. He's developing all the QBs, all the players. But I did notice that Watson needs work, Shador needs work, and DG needs work. I mean, don't get me wrong, they both were an improvement overall from last year because with Monken being a coach, they're getting developed, and I can appreciate that. Now, as far as the way that they played, I mean, I don't know. Where was the O-line? I mean, we can blame it on this player didn't play for this QB. This player wasn't in for this QB. We can go back and forth with that. But overall, I just think everybody needs improvement. DG, Shador, and Watson. But overall, I enjoyed the game. I give it a C for everybody. That's just my take, big dog.
Shout out to Selmo Fudd. I can appreciate your take. I think it's level.
Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo.
Shout out to Selmo Fudd. Selmo Fudd, I can appreciate your take. I think it's level and fair. I think all three quarterbacks that play definitely have some plays that they want back. So I got no concerns with you giving it what you graded it that way. I think that was good. I think that was a good way to grade it. If you break down the film and see it, Deshaun definitely has a place he's gonna want back because Deshaun could have probably went for over 200 yards. Shador gonna have some plays he won back. DG gonna have some stuff he wants back. So I think that's fair and measured. So I appreciate that. I appreciate a balanced take. I appreciate it. It's not you didn't diss anybody, you didn't dismiss anybody, you didn't overly criticize anybody. So I thought that was an all around good take. So shout out to you. Next up, we got Lipstick Junkie. Shout out to you. Here we go.
Hey, it's Lipstick Junkie. So I rewatched the film last night, and I'm very confused about a couple of things. It's almost like Shador is a seasoned veteran in this situation, and Deshaun is a second-year rookie or second-year player. We're talking about his happiness, which I'm very confused by for a $230 million player. I don't understand why we are not talking about process anymore. Is it because Deshaun has a delay of game and we don't care anymore about delays of game or like any of those other things? That's very confusing. I watched Deshaun escape from perfectly clean pockets. I watched him freak out in the pocket when there's the tiniest bit of pressure. It was very clear that he doesn't have the same poise in the pocket that Shador does. We're also not talking about his improvements from last year to this year when it comes to the way that he handles himself in the pocket. We're talking about that one interception. We're not talking about any of the stuff that Deshaun did, especially in that second quarter where things got a lot sloppier. He had the strip sack, and nobody has any questions about how that happened. It's just all really confusing. It seems like we're all driving towards a narrative that Deshaun's going to be the starter regardless of how everything looks. And as a lifelong Browns fan, I can definitely see them doing that. It's just really obvious that that's what they're doing, and I don't see how they expect this to go.
Shout out to Lipstick Junkie. Another one. Another good take. Just highlighting how we are looking, not we, but people are looking at Deshaun like he is the younger of the two quarterbacks. Looking at him like making sure his mental state is good versus looking at his productivity. Does he still want to play the game? So just grading him for different things. Also, the strip sack interception, him getting happy feet in the pocket, him running into what could have been sacks, but end up, falling across the line of scrimmage. So they end up just being runs on the play. So if you really just look at it and you're not saying, I want this person to win or I want that person to win, more things will be shown to you through looking at the film. A whole lot more will be shown to you. I like it. I like it. Shout out to Lipstick Junkie. Shout out to Selmo Fudd. I think y'all highlighted some very important things. And I don't think y'all were overly critical of any player. And I think that's really good. So clap it up for them. Shout out to both of y'all. Shout out to them. Now, with Patreon, the benefits of Patreon, your voice is going to be heard throughout the year. This is something that we're going to do on Reaction Mondays. We're going to make sure that your voice is heard if you're part of Patreon. Also, we're going to make sure your voice is heard if you are a YouTube member. So that was the first segment. Let your voice be heard. Shout out to Lipstick Junkie. Shout out to Selmo Fudd. I appreciate y'all. I'll send these out after the game and before the Monday stream that we do through preseason all the way through the end of the season. So definitely appreciate y'all for participating. If you don't want to make a voicemail, that's perfectly fine. You can also just comment under the post your view of the game and we can read it off as well. So definitely want y'all to be a part of the reaction streams. I definitely want to make sure y'all are a part of it. So shout out to them. Did I tell y'all that I've been working? I've been working. So I have something else coming up. I want to make sure I could do this properly. Let's see. Let me make sure I could do this the right way. Let's make sure. This is something new. We always got something new for y'all. I might have to do it on the computer if I can. Oh, Dr. Clyde Marshall, it's your birthday? Happy birthday to Dr. Clyde Marshall. Happy birthday. I saw somebody say happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Dr. Clyde Marshall. Let me get in here. So I'm trying something new for the YouTube members. D, I DM'd you my thoughts on the game on Patreon. Did you get it? Oh, I got you. I did not. Let me get that. Also while I'm trying to look for something else here. Here we go. All right, I got you. We got Black Pearl here with her thoughts on the game. Let me read this to you all. Shout out to Black Pearl. I appreciate you. Thoughts on the game. I'll start by saying I was impressed with the first team O-line. I think they did a good job with protecting Watson and giving Watson time to go through his progressions. The first team receivers looked good, and I was extremely impressed with KC and Sampson. Watson played decent, but I was not impressed for him to be a 9-year veteran. Now for Shedeur. At first, I was so disappointed about him throwing an interception because I know all of the backlash the naysayers / haters are going to say that I almost dismissed all the good I saw from him. His good pocket presence, he looked poised even when he was under pressure. His footwork looked good. He stepped up in the pocket even when the pocket was collapsing instead of retreating backwards for lost yards. He didn't take no sacks, and more importantly, he was taking what the defense was giving him. But what really eased my nerves is when I saw him in the post-game presser. I'm a person who goes off of people's energy. When Shador feels like he didn't play his best, he wears it on his face and his energy is down. Y'all, Shador was in that presser smiling, answering the questions with a smile on his face, and even joked about how it looked a little empty in the press room. Yeah, dangerous season, loading. 2 legendary, hashtag New Cleveland, wrist up. Wrist up. Shout out to Black Pearl. I like that. I like that. That's something that could happen. You're all good. You're all good. That's something that could happen. So if you just look at only the negatives and what everybody's putting out there, you will miss all the positives. So if everybody focuses on the interception, they won't look at anything else that happened good. They will miss all of it. They will miss all of it, and they will cause you to miss it. They'll cause you to miss it. So then you will be hyper-focused on the negatives and miss all the positives that were there. Another well-balanced take. You gave Deshaun his props when it was time to give him props. You gave Shador his props. You expressed how you almost missed the good things because of the negatives being highlighted. And then you came back to realize, based on Shador's energy, he is not down. He is feeling good. So shout out to Black Pearl. Shout out to Black Pearl. I appreciate you.
What's up? What's up? What up?
Shout out to Black Pearl for your take. I appreciate it. This is what I want. Like, I want to make sure that y'all are a part of what we do. I want to make sure y'all are a part of what we do. Your voices are heard, especially after a win or after a loss. So shout out to the All Access crew on Patreon. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Give us Fano, KC, Boston, Bond, Samp, and Fannin with the second team line, and we cooking. Man, cooking with grease. Why they not asking Todd 1,000 questions about DG and is he worth keeping around? Because they was only using him as a pawn. They don't really like him. The media went crazy for the rookie QBs who played this weekend, but that didn't happen last year for Shador because preseason didn't matter according to them. Now it matters again. Yep, it all depends on who they're talking about. I was encouraged by Coach Monken's ability to see the positives in QB play. I agree. Why does it take so long for the plays to develop? That could be another reason for the interception throwing with anticipation. Basically, it was down in distance. They wanted to go on a longer play. They schemed that play up really well because they put fast guys who, that's why the play worked, because they put 2 fast guys in the inside and they went 3-by-1. So the design was good, the play was good, the read was good. Just got to work on that execution, but it was good. It was a good play. It was a good play. I'll highlight that tomorrow. I'll highlight that tomorrow on Patreon. It was a good play. It was a good play. All right, let's do this. Next up, for the YouTube members, we got members only, and let's see if I could do this the right way. So I've been reading how I need to change this. Let's see if I could do this the proper way. All right, let's see. So it's supposed to be somewhere where I can edit. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Okay, that's not what I want. If not, during this time, I'll be sure to highlight the YouTube members chats. That's what we'll be going over. So YouTube members, get ready. I'm going to be reading the YouTube members chat. I'm not seeing where I can edit this thing at. Yeah, I'm not seeing where I can edit this at, but that's okay. YouTube members are still going to get their segment. They're still going to get their segment, so let's get it going. We'll figure this thing out. Let's see. Let's go here. Shout out to the YouTube members for supporting for the love of the game. This is for members only. Now, for the YouTube members, this is the members only segment. For 15 minutes, we're going to hear from the YouTube members. So let's get this set up right. YouTube members, I want y'all to be active. Tell me how you feel about the game. Tell me how you feel about the discourse around it. Tell me how you feel about the overreactions. And I'm going to be specifically responding to the YouTube members at this time. So let me get this thing up right. Let me do it right. It's the preseason for me too, y'all. It is the preseason for me too. It's a preseason for me too. Where's it at? All right, let's see. Let's go here. All right. And let's start it. So when you tap in and when you tune in and when you see this clock going, this is the YouTube members clock. This is so the YouTube members can speak their piece. So members, I need y'all to tap in and I'll be being sure to respond to the YouTube members. They get 15 minutes on the stream. Let's start off with Amber. Why does it take so long? Okay, I got that one. Why does it take so long for the plays to develop? Shador was happy and smiling, almost slipped on what the wide receiver said after the pick. Tells you he's in his zone. He is feeling good. He is feeling good. Let's see. I'll get some regular ones until the YouTube members tap in. Todd was playing chess. If he wasn't up there upset, neither should we. Talk to him, Joy. Talk to him. D, we may need to set up the language from the content creation to propaganda. There's a concerted effort to drive a predetermined agenda, per se, evidence of propaganda. For real. That's why for me, I just kind of don't really pay that much attention to it. I just let it be. I let it be. YouTube members got better music. It was how I was feeling at the time when I was putting these things together. When I was putting these things together for the members, I felt a little throwback. When I was putting together the stuff for Patreon, and then I felt aggressive when I was putting together stuff for the YouTube members. Man, I wish I could set this how I want to. I was so impressed how relaxed Shador's throw to Luke when they brought the blitz on him. It looked like a chess piece move. I thought the game is slowing down for him. I highlighted that towards the end of Saturday's stream. Another new thing that we are adding this year, we're going to do reaction streams the night of the game, just so I can take a little break. I could gather my thoughts. I could look at the press conference and we can react to it together. So the game is definitely slowing down. And for me, Shador is buying into what the coaches are teaching him. And he expressed that through his view of seeing the game. When he's saying, I'm seeing the game, and then he highlights the preparation. So in the prep work, he's saying, in this coverage, when they do this, you react this. This is where you can attack it. This is what you can do. Only one time I saw people try to criticize where Shador went with the ball. Besides that, I didn't really see them criticize where Shador went with the ball. When Shador had Malachi Corley one-on-one on that third down and he threw it outside to the sticks, that's the only time I saw people critiquing where he went with the ball. That's the only time I saw that. Besides that, I believe he made good decisions. So I had to take a step back. The overreaction is exhausting too. Yeah. It's something I'll use as a title, but y'all know I'm not overreacting. I told y'all, if you were going to get an overreaction from me, it was going to be based on our guys playing well. I was never going to overreact to the negative. Never was. I also didn't see them blitzing any other QB. They blitzed Deshaun. Actually, to me, the play that Deshaun handled the best, even though Fannin didn't catch it, they sent the blitz on Deshaun. Deshaun stood in the pocket. He didn't have a chance to think. He just made a decision and threw it. So they blitzed Deshaun. Actually, the Chicago Bears show more defensively than a team naturally does in preseason. That leads me to believe their defensive coordinator is just going to be aggressive all year. He's going to be aggressive. D, I believe Shador is in good hands. Monken and all the coaches. I agree with that. I know you're doing a great job. It's the trolls. Yeah. Trolls gonna be trolls. I learned to laugh at the trolls. They're not gonna throw off how I feel. I've never liked the QB competition. I think Monken should have just called it at the start of training camp. If they have not separated themselves by now, I don't see it happening in the next game. Shanithia, the separation is going to happen in the third quarter of the next game. You heard it here first. The separation will happen in the third quarter of the next game. Let it play out, but that's where it will happen. If you notice, they sent more blitzes at Shador than anyone, but he has seen it every time. He can't read defenses correct, for real. Yeah, that was just I called that out in real time that was not true. Yeah, Craig. I mean, they sent more blitzes at Shador. It seems. Yeah, definitely on third down, they said the blitzes. Shador has been the only QB who signs a line with his current coaching. Deshaun continues to refer back to Bill O'Brien for some reason. He wants that old thing back to when he was more confident. When he was more confident. It was a more confident time for him. So that's when he refers back to when he has success. It's not obvious to a lot of people that Deshaun hasn't really played well in Cleveland, but the people who've been here, we see that he hasn't played well in Cleveland. Yep, it'll be very obvious. I'll tell y'all more why tomorrow on the Patreon stream. I'll tell y'all more. But I noticed something when I was breaking down the film, and I was like, uh-oh. It'll be very obvious, D. Yeah. I just happened to see something. It might happen in the joint practices. Jizzle, you on to something there. You are on to something there. Without competition is all or nothing. If Shador was not named the QB1, he wouldn't get QB1 reps at the level he has gotten so far. I could agree with that. I think they would just end the competition and give it all to Deshaun if he wasn't in it. I thought the Bears TV analysts made a good point by saying that this QB decision is a little late. Just make a decision and get ready for the season. I can agree. I even saw people try to spin that and say that they were rushing Shador, but really they were saying this decision should be made, which I can understand it. But you want to give both of them opportunity. You want to give both of them opportunity to start. I was impressed with how quickly Shador was able to identify everything the defense was trying to do. Both QBs came into camp even, one rising, one in decline. You show that video of Watson blowing off Monken and turning his back mid-coach conversation. We did. Shout out to the plug, Zedric. Zedric sent that to me, and we played it on Saturday night stream. My apologies if my streams run together. I streamed a lot. I streamed Friday, 2 times on Saturday, and then today. So if I say it was in this stream and it was a different one, my apologies. But it was just a lot of streaming. A lot of streaming in the last 4 days. A lot of streaming. Both QBs came. Okay, I got that one. I didn't enjoy the Bears analysts, especially Caleb, laughing when there was a turnover on downs. I don't mind it. They're gonna have their reactions. They play for the other team. They still want to see their guys do well, so I don't mind it. But it ain't never fun when the rabbit got the gun. I'll say that. So when we get in sacks and we get in turnovers, hey, just know we gonna do the same thing. So will we not see Taylor in this preseason? If not, what does that mean for him? Practice squad or cut? They're giving Dylan Gabriel a lot of burn, and Taylor Green is not even really getting reps. So I don't know if we're going to see Taylor Green this preseason. If anything, it'll be the third preseason game. So we're going to just have to wait and see how it plays out. If anything, this probably in the second half of the third preseason game, he might get some burn. But no reps. I don't know how they could send him out there with just kind of not really getting no reps for like a couple weeks and then just, okay, now you got to play. I don't know how fair that would be to him. I do see him going to the practice squad. That's because Deshaun Watson is stuck in the past. He is not where his feet are now. Yeah, it's hard to. The thing that's happening with Deshaun Watson is all of his success was in a different NFL. This is not the same NFL that we had previously. So his success came through different means, and it looks different. The NFL looks different. So that's why he second guesses, and that's why he doesn't believe what he's seeing as he's seeing it when reading defenses. Deshaun wasn't bad against man coverage, but when they got into zone, that's when they could get him to kind of hesitate a little bit. That's because Deshaun Watson is stuck in the. Oh, I got that one. Shador is everybody's Super Bowl. Expect him to be pressured like last year. Only thing is with his development, he's going to recognize quicker. I agree. That's why I'm waiting to give my full opinion. Zedric, you know what time I'm on. We're on the same page. He seemed to get tight as the first half went on. Yep. It was a very specific point that I remember that he kind of turned. They owe this to play out for Deshaun. I agree with that. They just gonna let it play out. They're not. They don't seem to be tilting the scales either way. Deshaun hasn't been a problem. Yeah, he hasn't been a problem. He hasn't created any outside noise or anything like that. So they're gonna let it play out. I was impressed by Shador's pocket movement. The kid has it. I agree. I watched Deshaun Watson when he was in Houston and still said he was bad in the pocket. Just had great wide receivers, but look at Shador. He can make average receivers look good. I agree with that. They want the Falcons to trade for him. DG, I don't think he has any trade value, fortunately. No problem. Sent it again to your ex in case you lost it. Saw it several times. And you don't see Shador doing what Watson is, and he just looks happy and full of energy. A different vibe than Watson. I agree. Thanks for all the birthday responses. Did you notice the respect the Bears gave Shador? The Bears secondary often played in retreat. Why? They knew that Shador could throw the deep ball. I agree. You need the threat of throwing the deep ball for them not to crowd the line of scrimmage, for the safeties to never take a step back and just make it hard on your offense. So you need the threat of the deep ball. Watson definitely has PTSD with being hit. He mentioned something about it was good to get back out there and not take any hard hits, and I was like, that's interesting. That is interesting. We'll trade DG for an 8th round pick and a bag of bubblegum. Not an 8th round pick. They had the nerve to be mad that Shador wasn't upset about the interception. Just crazy. D, why do you think Deshaun got mad when he went to the sidelines and then talked to Monken? My best guess is just the emotion of the game. He probably wanted to make a better play and wasn't able to. That's my best guess. Just kind of hard for me to say what he was feeling in that moment. What Pusha T tell Drake? You are hiding the child. Let that boy come home. No film, so they can stash him on the practice squad. That's it for Taylor Green, it seems like. Your thoughts on the running game? I believe they have some things that they could do to get success. So on the first play, the first run with Quinshon got stuffed right away. Then the next play, they had Zion Johnson come around the right side as the lead blocker. That's when Quinshon got about 8 yards on the play. So I believe they found something there. Also, at the line of scrimmage, they have the freedom to flip which side they run the ball to. And I think as they get more comfortable, they'll be able to take advantage of it. I saw a couple times where they ran to the strength of the defense, and I don't understand. I think I saw all 3 quarterbacks do that. Just kind of not realizing how much freedom they have, where they could run it to the other side, where they had the better opportunity. The power play, they weren't getting movement. The penetration was coming from the D tackles just dominating the center and the right guard. So that's where it was happening, and we were trying to run power to the right. So just the run game has some things they'll have to clean up. But when we got to our 3rd and 4th string, they were just getting blown off the ball. The team knew when we were running, we kept running to the right, so they just kept shutting down to the right. So I want to see, one of the biggest things I want to see is how we run the ball going into Buffalo. The Buffalo game, I should say. I want to see how we run the ball, because even though we're versatile with how we can run the ball, I want to see them have some success with it. That's what I want to see. Let's see. If Watson starts, defense will blitz regularly. They saw the film. That's a fact. Not trade him for a Shador rookie card. Oh, no. Running game going to take a couple weeks to get going. I agree with that. I'll give you bubblegum for him. Chew bubblegum, not chew bubblegum. I was concerned with our run game. Yeah, the run game is definitely what I want to see. I want to see an improvement. D, what's your take on all them players hurt on the Cleveland Browns? Ridiculous. I think they're taking caution with some guys, so it's going to look thin. But based on what we've been hearing, it doesn't seem like anybody has any long-term injuries. So I'm optimistic, I'll say. I'm optimistic. Shout out to y'all for the first 15 minutes. This of members only for YouTube members. I'm going to get this figured out. I should be able to switch the chat and highlight the YouTube members post. So that's something that we'll be doing moving forward. It's the preseason for me too. New segment, but shout out to the members. Shout out to the members. Let's get this down off the screen. Shout out to the members. That was fun. Reaction Mondays. Your voices will be heard. If you are a YouTube member, if you are a Patreon member, your voice will be heard on the Monday after the game. It will be heard. I make sure of it. That's something that I definitely don't want to lose as we have continued growth, is actually hearing from the people who support. Did you hear in game he may not be a QB much longer? Talked about moving him to tight end. I couldn't tell if the announcers were saying it tongue-in-cheek. I think they were saying it tongue-in-cheek because they were just talking about how he can run and stuff like that. And the Browns consistently said they don't want to move him from QB. I'm convinced Cleveland is obsessed with QBs. That's why people saying we have no depth. They could have left TG where he was and drafted a player they needed, or DG. I agree with that. Crown Woman Collective, what's going on? Welcome in. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. It seems the Bears 2s and 3s are balling. I agree. It was towards the end of the first quarter. I think when they showed Taylor Green on the sideline is when they were talking about it, but I do remember hearing that. We also need linebackers and nickel cornerbacks. Miles Harden is going to be the starter at nickel. We're going to run a lot of three safety. We're going to run a lot of three safety in critical moments, so it won't be as bad as us not having a nickel because our base is 4-3, so we'll have three linebackers out there. Then we'll go to big nickel, and big nickel you're going to have three safeties, so Grant Delpit, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, and Hickman will be on the field at the same time. They'll be on the field at the same time. So how can the QB get in rhythm when they playing musical chairs again? It's hard. It's hard. But it's just it's something that you just gotta overcome, which I believe that Shedeur can overcome it. I didn't realize that number 20 Ross wasn't playing. I wanted to see if he was going to get cooked like practice. Man, it's crazy because he get cooked in practice, but he looked good against Cincinnati the last game of the year. So it's just crazy. It's crazy. Marie, what's going on? Welcome in. Hey, D in chat. Blessings, everyone. What's going on, Marie?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
What is going on, Marie? Welcome in. Glad to have you. Number 39 for the Browns was making plays. I don't know who he is. That is Michael Coates Jr., rookie tight end. Rookie cornerback out of, I believe, Virginia. He was balling. He was balling. Add 20 to 30 pounds to Green, he will fill a tight end 2 slot easily as an athlete. Yeah, but it's just hard if he just never played any of those positions in his career. If you've always been a quarterback, it's going to be hard. Barry spending that first round pick on the corner, that would be exciting. Let's keep this thing moving forward. Let's go. Let's get this down. All right, we got time.
Sorry about that, Coach. First,
Hold on now. Hold on. Don't take over. All right, let's keep this thing pushing forward, y'all.
All access denied to the click. You were not invited. Who you think you with? This party is private. You look like a fraud. Squad got the sauce. You the type that we would dodge.
Access denied is up next. We're going to hear from the Todd Father, head coach Todd Monken. This is his Zoom availability that he did yesterday. This is what he did yesterday. Let's see. Shedeur said the ball slipped. It was wet. Yeah, I agree with that. People overblew that. We definitely need another corner. I think we're gonna roll with Trey Avery. Trey Avery didn't look bad. He was number 11. It's just hard to get anybody at this time of year. Maybe a surprise cut of a veteran. That's probably what we could do. It's just hard at this time of year when everybody is still carrying so many guys. So if we can grab somebody on waivers, we'll see. Have they said how severe his injury is? I hope he sticks. They said it was an ankle injury. They said they don't know if he's going to be this is about Michael Coach Jr., the cornerback. They said it's an ankle injury. They don't know if he's going to be able to go in the joint practices, but they said it looks like he should be a go for the game. So that was their initial reaction. Here we go. We got the Todd Father, Coach Monken. Let's go.
First Zoom error there.
It's preseason, buddy. I get it.
Just wanted to ask you about the quarterbacks as you go into these games with the quarterbacks. Deshaun going first and then Shedeur as it was in Chicago and vice versa. Do you script the start of each halves or the start of each of their times out to sort of maximize their opportunities there? Or do you, once you get into the flow of the game, whether it's whoever's coming in the third quarter, fourth quarter, do you sort of just kind of let it ride there?
Man, long time to get to the questions they script. AB did an interview with Debo and Joe this morning. Check it out after the show. I caught the end. I'm going to watch it later. Depending on which Browns players actually speak, we might play that in between our break that we have before Todd Monken speaks at 12:50. So we'll see. But I did see, shout out to Tika. She posted at a Patreon. He's going to be on it today. I definitely want to check it out. I haven't kept up with Za'Darius Smith. Is he still any good? I think the last I remember seeing him in Detroit, I believe he was okay. I can't remember if he played last year because I haven't really kept up with him. But we gonna see. We gonna see. Our Jizzle. All right, we gonna make time real quick. We blame our Jizzle, y'all. Blame our Jizzle. All right, let's do this real quick. I want to show y'all something. The Browns did something different, and I don't know if they took it down, but let me see something. Blame our Jizzle for this detour, y'all. Blame our Jizzle. All right, let's see. Let's see if they took it down. Initially, I think they took it down. They took it down. Okay. So initially they put the press conference out where you could see all of the reporters on screen, but they took it down. So we went on a small detour there. I was about to show y'all, but yeah, he is an older guy. If you saw it initially, you saw all the people on Zoom. So he sounds like he has marbles in his mouth. Oh my goodness. What did he just mumbles just ask? That's so funny. Basically he wanted to ask if he scripts the first plays of the drive. So here's his answer. I was gonna show him, but they took it down. But the initial version of this, they were showing them on the screen.
Well, the opening script we did for Deshaun, and then when we get together at halftime, it's a little bit easier. It's a great question. When we're able to go on defense to start the second half, it's easier because it's only 13 minutes at halftime to try and, all right, what are they doing? What do we want to stay out of? We were getting double cat. So we were trying to fix it on the sideline, some of the runs we liked. And then what did we want to stay out of? So we did this past weekend, come up with another script, basically what we liked for sure, Shedeur. But we did have the openers for Deshaun.
Also, just one other.
Let me say this too, Zedric. See, when we go off track, you always gotta blame our Jizzle. Zedric. Also, he started off and was on mute, and then Coach Monken was like, "You on mute?" And he was like, "Oh, sorry about that, Coach." And he was like, "It's the preseason for everybody." So Zedric saw it. Freedom TV saw it. Yeah, it was. It's time for some technologically sound people to start covering the Browns. I'll just say that. I'll say that.
And this isn't a quarterback related, but Amani Marshall.
I can't think of his name. But it was that's who it was. I can't think of his name, but he is an older reporter.
was the third running back up. Has he sort of surpassed Raheem in the pecking order there, or was there something specific you wanted to see out of Amani there?
I wouldn't say that. I would see them as an or. I would expect to see Rocket go in first as the third back this week. I think they're both competing for that third running back spot.
All right, next we'll go to Scott.
Hey, Todd. When you look back on the film, did you see anything different about your quarterback evaluation when you went back and watched it?
No, other than there was, as I said, a number of times where just the quarterbacks being on the road, in and out of the huddle, using silent cadence, that was apparent that we still have work to do. Now, the next 2 weeks we'll be at home, normal cadence. We'll get to practice with the Bills, still a work in progress. But that was probably the most frustrating thing was we spent so much time getting in and out of the huddle. Our subs were good. Like that part was good. I thought our communication from the sideline on the field that I got frustrated the other day was good. We didn't have issues with, for the most part, we had 11 on the field, broke the huddle. We just got to continue to work to not waste plays. We took a delay game, took a timeout, had a missed cadence on the fumbled snap by Shador. And there were a couple others that formationally, again, just getting used to, again, being on the road. That's why we're doing it. Us as a coaching staff and then us as players. So that was probably the biggest thing, just a reminder of those. But everything else was pretty much what I saw down there, what I thought. So from there wasn't like anything where I thought, well, we got a little push here, we got this here.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I thought.
And I know what you said about splitting reps against the Bills on Thursday. How are you going to handle Monday through Wednesday with the two quarterbacks?
I was just talking to Jake about that, Coach Bajakian. I think we're going to go Shador Monday and Wednesday and Deshaun Tuesday, Thursday. But Thursday's really both.
Yeah.
So it's really, I'm meeting with Joe Brady here at 4. So it's just trying to get blocks set up in each, say it's rundowns. Can we get 16 plays where maybe we go 5 with the 1s, 3s with the 2s, 5 with the 1s, 3s with the 2s. And that means both quarterbacks will get 5 reps in each block, rundowns, pass downs, red zone, 2 minute, those kind of things we're going to work through here in 27 minutes.
First off, this thing is only in 360p. So the Cleveland Browns, when y'all save y'all Zooms, make sure y'all save these things in more than 360p. That's the first thing. He initially acknowledged that the issues were with Deshaun, where we got to delay a game and where we got the timeout. I don't mind. I don't mind that he said it that way because we know who it was. We know who the penalties was on. We know who was in the game when it happened. So I don't mind. When he mentioned Shador, when he talked about the cadence on the snap, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I wouldn't read too much into it. I would not read too much into it. That's what I would say about when he's talking about cadence, operation issues, or anything like that. Because we saw who the culprit was. We saw it. We saw who the culprit was. The culprit even said in his post-game press conference that, he was having issues with guys in motion and he wasn't going to have time. So, I mean, we know who the culprit was. I would just say this. I'm not going to read too much into it. That's what I'll say. I'll say I'm not going to read too much into it because we know who it did. We know who did it.
All right, next we'll go to Mary Kay.
Yeah, Todd, just wondering, with this being such a big week and with the regular season opener less than a month away, what gives you a comfort level that you can still afford to split up the reps like this and really still alternate these guys and pretty much not know what your situation is going to be until after this Bills game, probably?
They ready to go. Ivy League Mac, they ready to go. They're ready to go. They're ready to go. They're ready to go. Why bench Shador? We saw who did it. Just like the two issues with Deshaun, it doesn't make sense to me. Because at that portion of it, if I remember correctly, when I was watching it previously, he's talking about the snap issue with the third string left guard to snap him the ball, which is crazy. They probably never worked together before. That's my guess. But I personally won't read too much into it. The way a direct coach speaks to you when it's just y'all two there, is no sugarcoating. And if Shador don't feel no type of way, then I'm not gonna feel no type of way. The microphones are gonna be who they are. They're gonna do what they do. They're gonna try to steer it in a certain way anyway. Even this question that the lead content creator just asked, she said, "What gives you the belief that you can wait to make this decision?" So I wouldn't read too much into it. They're gonna be who they are every day, regardless. They're gonna be messy.
Well, again, I did feel going into last game that it was relatively close, in terms of both having an opportunity at the starting position. So it would be unfair to not go into the next game and allow Shador that opportunity, albeit a different team, certainly at home. There's no guarantee that, the same players will be playing this game, but it's the closest you have. And we owe it to both players who have really handled it well and have competed at a high level.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Jeff.
Hey, Todd, I want to ask you, I know they're out there kind of briefly, but how would you assess the way your starting offensive line played yesterday?
Well, we intended on just playing the first series, but when we went 3 and out, we decided to put him back out there along with Q. I think there was some positives there.
Hold on. Hey, shout out to Selmo Fudd. He said, "Hold on for 300 seconds." Shout out to Selmo Fudd. Shout out to Selmo Fudd. That's hilarious. Shout out to Selmo Fudd. Today's cut is Alexander O'Neal, titled "Fake." Alexander O'Neal, fake. Y'all know, man. Y'all know when Raul come around, what time he on.
Early on, we got what I was talking about, like a little snap count snafu where we snapped it before we were ready. That led to the trip by Titus. And I thought they played solid. I thought they all battled. I thought Spencer played good for a rookie. I don't think the moment was too big for him. And, but it was really, I think it ended up being 8 plays, I think something like that, maybe a little more than that. But I thought they played fine. And I expect us to take a big step forward, obviously having the practice on Thursday against those guys and the ones, and they're going to have to. I mean, because we didn't see all of the Bears ones. So we're going to have to definitely be ready to go on Thursday.
And then the run offense, when you watch it back on film, what did you determine?
Well, we certainly didn't scheme for them. And then we got a lot more of the off the edge double cats. We could have adjusted sooner as a staff and spread them out a little bit more like we did in the second half. We were trying to make adjustments of runs we wanted to see, during the game and still leave it up against that. But we just hadn't practiced it enough. It was more schematically us needing to practice it more. We really hadn't seen, really against our defense, we don't go against an odd front. And then we certainly hadn't seen double cat and those type of looks. I mean, that's really the starting point. But then we were trying to work against it, if that makes sense. We were trying to get it right on the field. And we just didn't. That was a starting point. Then there was a variety of reasons why, some schematically and some we just got to play better, got to get better movement off the ball and better backside cutoff on certain runs.
All right. So That's his answer on the runs. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I want to see how they upgrade it. I saw something that I want to react to. Freedom TV. I want to know how it was close. Watson just started looking decent 2 weeks ago. I would say, I believe if you look at how he has handled other camp battles. So if you look at the left tackle battle, he leaned on the vet first, giving them more of an opportunity. Basically, he has allowed the vets to kind of lose their job and the younger guy to come up and take their job. So that's what happened with Denzel Boston at the X wide receiver. That's what happened at left tackle with Spencer Fano and DeJuan Jones. So it leans to him allowing the vet to lose the job and for the younger player to come and take it. And I sense that is how he is handling the quarterback battle as well. I'm just looking at how he handled those other ones. That's that. Let's see. It was another one. D, did you feel the lead content creator question was some more nudging to go ahead and make the choice? Deshaun got to start cooking with the ones. Yep. Call this thing now. It's over. For anybody who's calling it right, it's over. He knows about the question. It's an NFL question. It's an owner GM question. He knows what to say on that because they expect Shador to struggle this game against the Bills ones and Watson against the threes. She gonna know I don't like her, so I'm gonna make it uncomfortable in the press conference. Not I'm gonna make her uncomfortable. Let's see what we got next. I think I missed part of that conversation, so I want to jump on it. I'm just here so I don't get fined. We played that Saturday night, I think. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Next, we'll go to Fred.
Yeah, Coach, adding on to the offensive line there, is it any more settled at center and right guard, with the injuries you have? Does Elton seem like he's kind of settling in at center?
I think that's where we're at right now with Parker being down. I think Elton there and Tevin at right guard. There's still a lot of football here in the next couple weeks. Getting through really the plan for sure has to be when we get done with New England. Once we start practicing what I guess you could consider as the first week bye, what used to be the last preseason game. We want to be able to use those reps to get ready for Jacksonville with our starters.
Do you expect to get any guys back like Carson or Mike Hall, this week?
I'm expecting a number of guys back. I'm hopeful that we'll get Zinter back, Xavier back tomorrow, Chapman back tomorrow. I think we'll know a little bit later in the week with Mike Hall and a couple guys. I think we're looking at having a number of guys back for the Patriots week. There's a few guys that probably still need a few days. And I'm not sure that with practicing with them on Thursday and then all the way to Saturday, but I expect to get a decent amount of guys back this week and hopefully the same amount next week.
Next, we'll go to Cam.
Todd, I wanted to ask about the third phase of the game. You had all three of the punters in that position battle out there in the first preseason game. Andre Schmidt hitting that 50-yard field goal. Like, big picture, what are you seeing from your special teams unit so far this summer and after that one preseason game in the books?
Well, I mean, first of all, we went into it with the punters to see all of them and give them opportunities. And like any young players, just like offensively and defensively, it's good to play these preseason games. Whether you're the punters or you're any part of the special teams, it was fun to watch those guys play. We certainly have a lot of work to do. I thought we were pretty good on special teams, making the initial field goal. And then our coverage units were pretty good. Punt, we kind of outkicked our coverage once. But I thought those guys were good. I thought.
So we're going to get to the Cleveland Browns being live. Let's get that now. Let's go. We got Casey Concepcion. That's what I was just checking, and I saw him. Where was it at? I saw Craig. Surprised me no one asked about the right guard playing center for Shador. Man, they had no idea.
Up on the punt return. Yeah. Yes, sir, man. But
all right, here we go. I got it here live, y'all. Let's get it up. Let's make sure the sound is good. Because, man, the Browns is always low. Brown sound is always low.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. So how much confidence do you gain from an outing like that in your first NFL preseason game?
Well, I'm always confident, no matter, if it's in practice, if it's in preseason, or if it is in, the regular season, just always stay level-headed, but, always be confident in what I can do out there up on the field.
Did you do everything you wanted to do in the game personally?
Yeah. I really wanted to. I really wanted to score up on the punt return.
First 7 times.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. But I feel like I felt like I did pretty good. I am getting better in the run game. So I felt like it went pretty good.
Describe that touchdown run. It was kind of neat watching you keep your balance there.
I want to pause them real quick just to say this. When you see the all-22 view of that punt, man, oh, man, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Just the Browns not having explosive punt returners in a long time, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Beautiful.
Yes, sir. So we had like a little jet sweep. My dog Ty, he had a amazing block for me. He set the edge, and I take pride in never being tackled by a cornerback. So I saw the edge. I fought through the tackle. I kept my balance. I think I scored. So
you mean Titus Howard?
I'm trying to tell y'all, the mindset is different with these young guys coming in here. They did not come in here to lose, and I want y'all to listen to what he just said. I take pride in not being tackled by a cornerback. Usually you hear running backs speak that way. You rarely hear receivers saying they take pride in cornerbacks not being able to tackle them on a run play. That's the mentality of a running back. I hope y'all hearing this. This is not the same old Browns. And then also, TG don't know who he's talking about when he's talking about the block. Clearly, they didn't rewatch it. He's talking about Tylan Wallace. They call him Ty. That's who he was talking about, who sealed the edge. It wasn't Titus Howard. Titus Howard was not the person who was responsible for sealing the edge on that play. It was Tylan Wallace who sealed the edge for him.
Is that you said your boy Ty?
yeah, Ty. No. Tylan Wallace. Yes, sir. I feel like I have gotten adjusted to the speed and practice. Going against these guys every day, it kind of makes the game times a little bit easier, but I would say that the game is definitely faster. But by me getting in my playbook, by me watching film, I should be prepared for it.
Did you think you were going to
score? Good question. I'm going to pause it for your question, CO7. My frustration is, why is it Deshaun Watson's job to lose? Shador's the QB going in with the wins and consistency. Vets should start where they finish. If performance was bad, then you earn the job. I believe he is doing that to eliminate any questions that it was earned and not given. So when you draft a left tackle and you say this is going to be our starting left tackle for the next decade and you still make him earn it, It's going to be no different at other positions. And I think that's how you maintain a respect for the locker room. That even the guy who was drafted with the 9th pick overall had to come in and earn it. Even the second round cornerback who walked in and was better at his job than Denzel Boston, who was better at what Jerry Jeudy's supposed to do from day one, he still had to earn it. So you do that so it's no confusion in the locker room. You don't want anything that can fracture a locker room. And if people believe that somebody didn't earn it, that could fracture a locker room. It can fracture it. We saw that happen last year with the Browns. So that's the reason why you handle it that way. That is why you handle it that way, just to eliminate problems that could arise later, and everybody will everybody will have no questions about your decision to pick the starter, and everybody rolling with them because they watched it play out. They watched it be fair. So they all have the buy-in. So I believe that's why they would do it that way. KC just looks faster than everyone else. Can't wait to see in the regular season for real. He just running past people. Cam Ward did not look good this weekend. He did everything they claimed Shador did. Running backwards, holding on to the ball, running out of clean pockets. It just wasn't a good look. Pitboy, he did not have a good weekend at all. I'm telling you, the quarterback class of 2025 all need to send Shador birthday and Christmas presents every single year because they get to flow under the radar. They get to flow under the radar and not be viewed where they were drafted. The number 1 overall pick in his year 2, when everything was catered to him, people should be scrutinizing what he's doing and what he's saying, but they're not. Let's get back to KC.
I know you said you wanted to.
Yes.
But did you think you had
Yes.
got past everybody?
Yes, for sure. I forgot what number he had tripped me up, but I mean, I literally, I literally saw green wide open. So yeah.
You didn't trip, you were
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you have a goal as to how many touchdowns you'd like to get in punt returns? What's reasonable?
3 and above.
This year?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a pretty good year. Can you talk about just
Hey man, y'all don't see the confidence oozing through his pores? How many touchdowns would you like to score on punt return? 3 and above. Thought about it for a second. 3 and above. All they could do is laugh because they like, dang, that's crazy. That's putting that's a high expectation. And he is making sure that he puts it out there. So now it's on him to go back that up. So that's just a good thing to do. I like the confidence.
Back-to-back sequence where you make that nice 11-yard catch right before your touchdown run, and how you just really impacted that drive and finished it out with a bang there.
May you say that question one more time, please, for me?
Just the sequence of catching the 11-yard pass and then scoring on the jet sweep right after that. Just how you kind of just polished off that drive and just finished it out so strong.
I mean, it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good catching the curl, and then building off of that, and then scoring. I would just say that my confidence kind of like skyrocketed almost.
Yeah, he didn't flinch at all when he said, yeah, 3 and above. they were taken aback, like they was almost appalled. You are confident in yourself? What is this?
A glimpse of you and Denzel in that game. What can you two do for this offense this coming season?
Everything, man. Everything. Me and Denzel, we complement each other so well. Him being 6'4", the bigger guy, me being 5'11", I can do, all of the underneath things, all of the intermediate things. So, yeah.
I wonder how Jeudy feels losing his job. Do you think it could cause friction in the locker room? It could potentially cause friction. if Judy is smart and looking towards his next payday, he would not let it become a distraction, or he would not cause any issues. Considering he doesn't have, my bad, Pit Boy. I don't know why my bot got you right there. He shouldn't let it cause friction. He shouldn't let it be a distraction, because he doesn't have any more guaranteed money after this year. He don't have no guaranteed money. So he got to just blend in, do his job, and not cause any problems. Because you don't want to have that tag that you're a distraction going into you getting paid. Because the teams that don't know you, they are not going to overlook. They're not going to overlook that when they're looking to upgrade the talent in their building. So, if he want that big payday, and he want to be saying Lijon, if he want to be saying that, he better not cause no issues in the locker room. None. None at all, Ivar. None. Let's get back to KC.
I mean, I personally haven't really gotten that far, but any chance I am able to affect the game in the punt return game, I will always be up for that challenge. So.
This is not for KC at all, but I had to run it back. Shout out to Craig.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
It's always there, ready and waiting to be used. It's always there.
Did anything surprise me? How many TV timeouts there is? Yeah. What were you doing during those breaks? Just talking about teammates, laughing and stuff, dancing and stuff. Being me.
I know you like the ball in your hand, so how much do you enjoy being involved doing its end arounds and jet sweeps and even like bubble screens, that kind of thing to get you the ball?
Yeah, I always enjoy it. Any chance, any chance that I am able to receive the ball, I am going to always be happy. It doesn't matter the way that I can get the ball to my hands. It's just about getting the ball, honestly.
When you were drafted,
Laurie, what's going on? Hey, y'all already know rent. Anyway, JJ lost his job. Yeah, so far he was the number one X, and Denzel Boston took that spot. It was something that happened last week that people didn't really talk about because it was more camp battles going on than just the quarterback competition. But I thought that would take off. I thought that would take off more. But people didn't really talk about it. But yeah, when Coach Monken said that Denzel Boston got promoted to the X wide receiver 1, and Spencer Fano got promoted to the starting left tackle. So I thought it would take off more. It didn't take off, but yeah. And then Todd Monken was like, yeah, we're going to try to get Judy on the move and move him around. And I was just like, okay, all right. If he acts out on game day, he'll be watching from the bench. I agree. JJ has not earned another payday so far. He has to be consistent and dependable. I agree. He just needs a year to go up under the radar and not be a distraction. Not be a distraction. He kind of reminds me of our boy Shador, confident and well spoken. Yeah, you can see his confidence. You can hear his confidence, how he carries himself, like how he wants to make his presence felt on game day. So you can just see it. You can see it. Judy is definitely wide receiver 3. Man, shout out to Emory Hunt. Shout out to Emory Hunt. He called it before anybody else.
your separation is supposed to be one of your underrated in your college scouting?
Yeah, I felt like it did kind of go underrated a little bit. I think that I was one of the top college guys whenever it came to contested catches. I take very much pride on if the quarterback throws me the ball. It's my ball. I can't never let a defender dictate whether if I catch the ball or not.
Casey, on Thursday, you're going to have an opportunity to go up against the Bills defense.
Mhm.
We won't be talking too much, we know that, so I want to ask you about that now. But you'll have a chance to go up against, I'm sure they're starters for like a long period of time and really test your skills against some of the best defenders in the NFL. How much are you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to, always, like I said before, I love to compete. I love competing. I love grinding. So, whenever they come there, I'm just ready to work.
Kickoff returns are a little different skill set than punt returns. Are you getting reps there? Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I've seen some reps at kickoff return. I haven't really did it too much, but again, if there's anything that I can do to help the team win, I'll do it.
Casey, how difficult is it as a punt returner? You're trying to track the ball, but knowing where those defenders are coming at you. So how difficult is it?
I mean, right now, I've built up so much confidence back there. It's not really as difficult as it seems. It's not really as difficult as it seems, but I always have to keep my head up on the swivel.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Our Jizzle, they don't know no better. And the confidence is there. You see all the confidence. All right, we got Jared Verse up next. Let's go. With Shedeur starting, how can he balance expectations from the coaches to execute in a specific way versus getting a feel for the game and doing what's needed to move the chains to win? Play on time and do what the coaches ask of you. So if they give you the freedom to go up there and go from a pass play to a run bay, get into the right plays, check into the right plays, and just play on schedule. Play on schedule. That's all I believe Shedeur has to do. Be consistent, play on schedule, maintain down the distance, and take opportunities when they're there. If he goes and does that versus the Bills, I think once we see the third quarter versus the Bills, then people might look at the situation differently. Because one of the things that I thought Shedeur could do the best coming out of college was he could play on schedule. I was like, man, he can play on schedule. Now he believes in the system that he's in, system and scheme. Playing on schedule is not going to be a hard thing to do. So I think if he does that, it'll lead to success. Q, I'm right there with you. Y'all, not the Quiet on the Creek. I cannot hear Quiet on the Creek or the saxophones no more. Oh my goodness. When I'm working or something and my girl is just scrolling TikTok and I hear Quiet on the Creek so much and I hear them saxophones, I'm like, man, I could not hear this again. Like I could not. I could not. It's definitely more process focused. Results will come. I agree with that. Was the Bears field a turf field? From the research I did, the Bears play on natural grass. They play on natural grass since the 80s. What does playing on schedule mean? playing on schedule. That's the best way I can explain it. Playing on schedule is like the rhythm and timing of the offense. So, for instance, if you have a 3-step drop and then you got to make the decision to hit a quick slant because the safety drop back instead of dropping down, on schedule is when you get to the top of your 3-step drop, the ball is ready to go and you get it out to the receiver. You make your decisions based on the schedule of the play. So if it's a 5-step drop, you get to that 5th step, you are ready, your receivers are open, or your decision is made on where you're going to go with the ball. So that's playing on schedule. Playing on schedule is the schedule, like more like the timing of the play, the timing of the play. So, all right, that's what I would say. So you'll notice that, like on a 4th and 2, that's going to be a quick play. You can get to that 3rd step and let it go. Let it go. Off schedule is when you say you have a 5-step drop, you get to the 5th step, and you kind of not believe in what you see, you start to run and extend to go off schedule just because you're kind of not feeling it in the moment. I believe that is something that Shedeur had, and I was like, if he gets a run game and they give him a good schedule, oh man, he can dominate. So I think that's what he does a lot better than Deshaun. A lot better. All right, let's keep it moving. We got V8, Jared Verse.
I don't think it goes over the edge at all. I think fighting is necessary when you get to football. You have to have that, that edge. I talk crazy. I'm very disrespectful when it comes to the way I compete, especially, when I try to drive my teammates to another level. So I wouldn't expect him any less than to retaliate, because that's the type of player he is. He's a very magnificent player. And going against him, he's gotten so much better in these past couple of weeks. What has it been, a month? I don't camp's been running all long. But, in the time we've been together, he's gotten so much better. And, because he's getting better, he's getting to the point where I'm starting to learn things from him. I'm starting to learn a little bit about my tendencies and what he's picking up on, so it's making me a better player as well.
So what did he show you by not backing down?
Bad notes there for me, but oh my goodness. Crowd Collective, you funny. The combination of laughing at you and laughing at Jared Verse, he said, no, fighting is necessary. I talk crazy. Hey, I love this, y'all. I love this. He said, I talk crazy. I talk disrespectful. That's the level we got to go. Fighting is necessary. This is what I get from this is, like, do you remember growing up and your older cousins would tease you and they would push you to the limit? They would crack jokes about you. And then when you went outside, people crack jokes or tease you. It didn't faze you because your cousins basically already done prepped you. That's what I'm getting from this. That is what I'm getting from this. Like, if Jared Verse push you so far to the limit, when you go out here, nobody else can push you past the limit that he already pushed you to. So I like this a lot. This is a different mentality. This is a different mindset. And if you notice, the young guys feel like they are better because the practices are hard, because the practices are going a certain way. So I can really appreciate this stance and this view. Really appreciate it. All right, let's keep it going.
Saturday practice. That boy got hurt. I mean, a lot of rookies would go into a situation, against me, against,
Also, what's going on, Phaedra? Glad to have you. Good morning. I pray that you all are feeling blessed today. Welcome in, Phaedra. Glad to have you.
Top edges in the league and stuff, and kind of back down, kind of like, be a little nervous, a little bit timid, but nah, he has never, he's never shown that.
For real, Craig, if they just pay attention.
Yeah, nah, he did good. There's a couple things I want to talk to him, off air and everything like that about, fixing just a couple little small things. But for the most part, he dominated. I mean, he ain't giving up anything like that. I mean, he showed exactly the reason that the Browns took him where they did, and he's a great player.
That's what I got from the film as well. That like 8 out of 10 reps, if it was 10 pass reps, Fano was winning 8 of those. Fano was winning 8 of those easy, and he was finishing the reps. So just I like his energy, I like his enthusiasm, I like all of it.
Your style of leadership. But have you seen other guys maybe on this team, on the defense, kind of embrace that too and maybe follow your lead when it comes to being aggressive and being dominant out there on the field against an offense to sharpen that iron?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you see the way I attack the game, I'm very physical, very violent, very loud, very expressive is a very good word to use for it. And you see everybody else's personality start to mesh. I mean, you know, with a lot of people, when you're mixed with a lot of different people, you can't show your full personality on the field. I have no problem with that, but when you see somebody like me go out there yelling and screaming, you have no problem showing your true character. You see everyone's personality start to flourish on the field.
How much are you looking forward to going against Josh Allen?
He's letting people know it's a method to the madness. It's a reason why he does the things he does. He's not doing this just for the sake of doing it. If I show my personality as one of the vocal leaders on the team, that should bring everyone else out their shell. That should lead everyone else to be comfortable in their own skin, comfortable with who they are. It's a method to the madness, even if people don't understand it. It's a method to the madness of him pushing Spencer Fano all the way to the point of, man, I got to show you. I ain't no punk. That is what him pushing Spencer Fano did. So it's a method to the madness of Jared Verse's leadership. And you see how guys are like, okay, if he could come in, if he could be this way, if he can carry himself this way, then I can carry myself and naturally be who I am. Fano was handling business. He was. It's great that he took it upon himself to take Fano under his wings and make him better. Facts and some things, saying some stuff that they could do better. So I think it's good. I think it's really good.
And that Bills offense in practice Thursday.
I've been waiting for this one for a minute. I think joint practices are the most important thing during this, preseason time frame because, a lot of teams don't play their starters in those games. So going up against, Deion Dawkins, Josh Allen, these elite dudes that they got, everybody across the board, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, like they got some dogs across the board. So I'm excited to just get back there and get some work in.
You've mentioned Deion Dawkins before. You got some kind of professional relationship with him at all, or you just respect him as a player?
I respect him as a player. I mean, my rookie year, me and him, we played each other, and it was a good game. We had got in each other's heads. It was loud and violent. It got to the point that we were making dumb errors on both sides. I'm jumping off sides. He's false starting because we were just in each other's heads at that point. So it's going to be good to go up against him and see how much I've sharpened my sword.
Have you sacked Josh Allen before?
No, I got close, but that dude's that's a hard person to sack. I mean, when you go up against somebody that's your size and your weight, it's you got to hit him a little bit different.
Verse is letting the clown media know they could get low too, for real. That trade is paying dividends so far. I agree. They handling Verse real different with these questions. They know he's not with the BS. Facts. Facts. Jared Verse and Quincy Williams going to have people fired up on that defense. I agree. V8 is the annoying big brother. All love though, for real. It's because of his experience. He just pulling that extra. He's pulling you to an extra level. So it's gonna be annoying in the moment. It's gonna irritate you. But then in the end, it's only gonna make you better. I haven't heard a dumb question yet. Nope. They know better.
Yeah, I mean, I think the future is very important to look at, but I'm more so focused on the present before anything else. I think we got a lot of talent, but talent's just that if you don't put in the work to, pull the most out of it. I think we got a lot of people that can do amazing things, but we need those amazing things today. We don't need them 2, 3, 4 years down the line. We need them today.
Have you always talked as much on the field?
Killing it with the answers.
Yeah, believe it or not, I start to calm down during games. Okay. Yeah. I talk a lot during games, but it's more so like just hype myself up, self-preservation more than anything.
So where does this, need or desire to talk as much as you do on the practice field?
I think it just hypes everyone up. I mean, think about it like you have 10 practices in a row. You get tired, exhausted. You don't really want to go out there and practice no more. And then you go through individual warm-ups. You're exhausted. Meetings all day. Then you go up and you got some dude who just got to the team like 3 weeks ago, yelling in your face saying you're not enough. You can never block him in front of a building or a facility full of fans, you're gonna turn yourself up, and that's gonna turn everybody else up, and it helps bring everybody to another level.
V8 knows what winning looks like, and he ain't trying to lose. Facts. Mental toughness is what he's providing for this young team. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know, we gotta run through the plays, man. That's how I'm answering that.
Who talks more, you or Quincy?
It depends on the aspect of it all. I mean, if you're talking like on the field, it's probably me. But if you talk about like on a, team situation, team bonding trip, it's probably Quincy.
It's my understanding that the Browns are trying to sign Za'Darius, and that it could happen even as soon as today. What would it mean to you to have a guy like that? I know we talked about this with Jadeveon a little bit. What would it mean to you to have a veteran like that on the team?
Yeah, it's a similar aspect as it was with Clowney. Having that vet presence is something that I look forward to having. Somebody that I've never had before kind of be at that level above me, where they can teach me a little bit more. They see a little bit more of the game and everything like that. Because those old dogs, they know a lot more than anybody like me.
Just to go back to the joint practices, how valuable is it for you guys up front to your point about keeping everyone amped up with your talking, just to see that different competition and get a chance to go up a different O-line?
Yeah, you think about the pad days or the days we have against each other. It's so much held back because we don't want to hurt your teammates. You don't chip the guard's hip. You don't run fully through the tackle. You light up a running back, or even because you're still not going to touch a quarterback. But you don't do all that extra stuff. But when you're in a joint practice, I don't really hold back as much. It's more so, okay, I'm gonna take your hip. I'm not gonna do anything dirty, but we're gonna play it like it's a full game. The only person that's not off limits or that's off limits is the quarterback.
So you only played 3 snaps in Chicago, I think. Probably won't play a game. So is the joint practice enough to satisfy your thirst to hit somebody else?
It'll give me a little bit good. It'll tie me over till the first game.
And with the Rams, McVay doesn't play anybody. Did you play in preseason in all your career?
No. Not till Saturday.
Who's the tackle that you've gone against the most, that talks the most? And is it almost a little more unsettling to go against a guy that doesn't talk at all?
It's probably Dion. And not really. When people don't talk, I take it as you can't mentally handle it. I feel like you're already broken down if you don't say anything at all. Just take it. Their eyes get a little bit wider. Cause in the preseason, during the preseason, during those little practices and everything like that, we can't touch you. Your blind side's completely that. It's a blind side. You don't have to worry about it as much or anything like that. You might know, he's coming that way, but you're not fully alert on it. When that real season comes, they are a little bit more alert. They're a little bit more antsy, especially those first couple games.
You're into it now. What's the biggest difference about this camp to the first couple you were with the Rams? Does something stand out?
The load. It's a lot heavier of a load because we have a lot more work to do. We got a lot more. We got to make up with a bunch of younger players on the roster, a bunch of people that still have things to prove to themselves, to their organization, to their families and everything like that. So it's just it's a heavier load mentally on you and physically.
Last one, I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
They tiptoeing around. They don't really want to ask him questions. They probably ask other people. So they really, this the best you're going to get question-wise because he's already put up the boundaries with them. So this the best they could do. They try their best.
How happy do you find yourself here? A lot of people thought that you were going to be distraught leaving the Rams. You don't seem distraught, but how happy do you find yourself here so far in this situation?
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot. In California, it doesn't really rain that much. I was outside yesterday just enjoying the rain, sitting on the back porch, just taking deep little breaths, seeing deer run around and everything like that. It was cool. I like it here. But it's I wasn't really distraught at all. After the fact, after kind of the initial shock wore off, I was like, all right, cool. I'm a Brown, let's work. And I love the organization. Especially the first day of camp, you see all the fans out there. I'm like, damn, excuse my French, the fans was lit out there. They was lively, and they bleed orange and brown. I love it out here.
Just to go back to the load part of it, I know the D tackles have been pretty beat up. I guess is there any concern for you about how those guys might bounce back these last handful of weeks here?
Yeah, the load's heavy, but Coach Monken, he takes very good care of us. He makes sure, like, all right, if you're feeling this, we're going to lighten up for you a little bit today. You know, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. And yeah, we've had D tackles fall out and everything like that, but they're going to be good. I'm not worried about anything like that. They take care of their business. They're in the treatment room as we speak, taking care of themselves, getting themselves healthy. I don't need anybody this week. I don't need anybody next week. I need anybody when we get to Jacksonville.
How are you going to feel about snow?
I like it. I got my coats ready. Thank you.
Yeah, they definitely they don't really know. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with Jared Verse. You know what I hear when they ask them questions? When y'all was kids, and if you have kids, they do this. It seems like they asked the question to the mom already, and they didn't really get the answer. And she said, go ask your daddy. You like, dang. That's not what I wanted you to say. That's not what I wanted you to say. So then, you know, like when you go and ask your dad, you know, this weekend, you know, my friends, they, you know, we wanted to know if it was okay if we could, you know, go to the movies. And if we go to the movies, you know,
they don't want you seeing
I'm probably gonna need a couple dollars.
but they can't hide it from you much.
I'm probably gonna need a couple dollars, you know, so I guess my movie ticket and the popcorn. And if it's all right with you, you know, I just want to ask it all at one time. You know, is it okay if I go to the movies and if I can have some money, some spending money, you know, please. You know, I did my chores, my homework is done. You know, my teacher said I did good. I paid attention. That's how they ask them questions. That's how they ask their questions. You know, you know, since you mentioned the joint practice being important. You know, I just want to ask a question. I just want to ask a question about you know, if it's okay. So they sound very nervous to ask him anything. Very nervous. Let's do this. All right, so we got the Todd Father. We got is that bad news, mailman? Let's see. I'm intrigued. Shador needs to bring him to the podium when it's his time. That's a fact. There. That's how they are. You be like, spit it out. Say what you gonna say. Ask me the question. Let me go ahead and give you the answer. That's how they come to him. That's how they ask him questions. And if you notice, they start their questions with well, you did say this first. So, you know, since you opened the door for it, you know, I just want to know if it's okay if, you know, I kind of ask a question along those same lines. That's how they talk to him. They don't know what to do. They got no idea. No idea. So that's what I get from them. I'm intrigued. All right, this man, oh man. All right, we got 6 minutes before the Todd Father is supposed to speak. Let's see if we could get something out of this right here. So let's do this. Let me do this. We might start the Todd Father's stuff a little bit late. We might start the Todd Father's press conference a little bit late. It's okay. Hopefully they got timestamps. They got timestamps? I don't think they got timestamps. All right. All right, let's do this quick. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness. And you don't have? Okay. All right, let me try to skip through it. Okay, we got Andrew Berry here. Oh, they started off this thing with Andrew Berry. Okay. All right.
Thank you for thanks for having me on, Joe, James. James, that was quite the intro, man. You gotta be my hype man.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, when I bring you in, I bring you in now. Look here, man. You go and you look at that list of accolades that I put out there, along with your athletic accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you balance like the workload of all of that, plus getting 2 degrees? What is it? Economics and computer science, and then manage to excel in football all at the same damn time. How did you do that?
Well, so I gotta tell a little bit of a funny story from growing up. was really sports and school in my household. Like my mom, she loved basketball and baseball. My dad, he's from Texas. We grew up as huge Cowboy fans and everything. And me, my brother, my sister, we love sports, love playing outside, love doing everything like that. But my parents were like, all right, we love that you like being outside, playing ball and everything like that. But if you don't get straight A's, we're gonna pull you out of everything. Like from a very, very early age, that was the rule, where if we didn't get straight A's, we couldn't play sports. So from a very early age, it was like, all right, I'm gonna get good grades so I can play ball. Like that was like that was my mentality. And so it was for lack of a better term, maybe a fear-based fear-based approach.
Right.
And then, as I got older, you learn how.
All right, y'all. We got 4 minutes. I'm gonna try to see if I can quickly seek out where he is speaking about the Deshaun Watson piece before the Todd Father goes up. So let me jump through this just a little bit, okay?
Secure thing over here. I mean, you got a lot more
For a little bit, and part of it is he had great mentors with John Harbaugh, Kirby Smart.
So, I can't lie. I'm not mad that you traded him out of the division. I'm just letting you know, Mr. Berry.
For the team. And when LA came, we've gotten maybe I think the only person that I can remember in my scouting career who's had as much power as a rusher as him is you. Honestly.
I like that.
Casey and Denzel, that's a position where they acclimate a little bit more quickly. And we've been really, really pleased with the return so far.
To start the Watson because of what you paying.
Okay, I found it, y'all. Here we go. Shout out to the plug. Shout out to Freedom TV. I found the question. It's right here.
Yeah, it's a great question. I know that can be a common narrative in professional sports, but you're 100% right that it doesn't matter what they're paid when they're on the field. Like, what we want are wins and performance and production. Look, there are going to be guys that there are going to be high salary players that get outperformed by lower salary players. There are going to be some that that really hit the mark. It just, I mean, shoot, if teams in general operated with, hey, we've just got to play the money, so to speak, James Harrison would never have a career, right? Like
he never touched it.
Yeah, dude never have a career. And so that's particularly important at the most important position in sports, which is quarterback. So it's a performance-based, decision. The contract, does not matter. We're pleased with both guys. I think they've both had a nice preseason and they did some good things in the game this weekend, but ultimately it's performance and production that's going to drive the decision for Coach Monken.
There it is, Debo.
Ultimately, it's performance and production is what's going to drive the decision for Coach Monken. I know that a lot of people were saying it's the money, but he dropped a good bar on y'all. If it was always about playing the player based on the money, Debo wouldn't have had a career because he wasn't the highest paid when he got his opportunity. He wasn't the highest paid when he got his opportunity. So everybody who wants to keep pushing Ocho Cinco, the money is the only reason. The ESPN microphones, the money is the only reason. Are y'all picking up what he putting down? Or do y'all need me to rewind it back and we need to play it again? I've been telling people for so long that you can't just keep looking at the money. At some point, you have to talk about performance. I was one of the few who has been saying, when are we going to talk about performance? When are we going to talk about performance? I've been saying that for months. Y'all know that. Well, I wish Tessa was here, but shout out to Tessa.
Well.
It's not only about money, it's about performance. The people who just push the money, they never speak about performance. They never speak about performance. At some point, this is a performance-based business. It's about how you perform. So hopefully they hear that. Shout out to the plug. Shout out to Freedom TV, giving us a summary or breaking down what GM Andrew Berry said, I'll listen to the rest of this later on, but we should have the Todd Father coming up. So we're going to get to him loud and clear for the people in the back. Loud and clear for the people in the back. Shanithia, I didn't really get to break down the full interview. I kind of skipped through to it to when they got to the question on if Deshaun Watson would be the starter just based on the money. And AB shut that down and said it'll be based on performance. Also, he reiterated that Coach Monken will be making the decision. So I didn't get to the full reason, but they've been doing like a pseudo camp tour. Debo and Joe have. They spent some time at Steelers camp. Of course, they both played there, so now they're probably reaching out to their connects and just, trying to do a pseudo camp tour, and that's probably why AB sat down with them. Also, Joe Hayden also has a lot of respect for AB. He always called him Mr. Berry. He never plays with his name when he's speaking to him about him, and also you see how they both sitting up like they really respect what he's saying. So I could see that's why he would go do their show. But let's see if we got the Todd Father live. Shout out to Freedom TV and the Plug for sending this to us so we can just kind of put that to bed. So let's check and see if we got the Todd Father live. Let me do a quick refresh over here. If there are any other, okay, so they stopped that live stream after Jared Verse. So if it's any, or we got the Todd Father live here.
We've practiced hard, and
if there's anything else we need from the Andrew Berry interview, I will have to go back and listen to it. Oh, Todd Father started early. Okay. All right. We are late. So let's get to the start of Coach Monken. Let me get it back on the screen for y'all. Here we go. Let's clean this up right here. All right, let's go, y'all.
it was really weird yesterday being in the media room and all of you being on Zoom. And I just got to say, I'm like, couldn't just do it out of my office. We'd have a
nice backdrop.
Gregory Industries.
I want to ask you, Dylan Sampson, it looks like you're really training him as a third down receiving guy, which he didn't do last year very much, or at Tennessee. So how's he filling in that so big?
Well, he's electric with the ball in his hands. So how do we get that to him? I think over time he's going to be a guy that's a tough matchup. He's learning how to, wasn't really what they did at Tennessee, great point, where we can get him to, when he gets matched up on a linebacker, be an advantage for us. I think he has that in him. You saw the catch he made on the sideline on a scramble inside here a week ago. So there's a lot there to like. Now, as we get to practice and we get in games, can he hold up in protection? That's the biggest thing, because it's one thing to say you're a matchup. It's another to say, okay, how am I going to hold up when I've got to protect a blitzing linebacker, safety off the edge, Kyle Hamilton comes off the edge, and we need you to really stick him. That's where it'll come down to.
I appreciate that breakdown. One thing we saw last year in the Tennessee Titans game, every time they got Dylan Sampson lined up against a linebacker or a safety, it was barbecue chicken, and Shedeur was feeding him the ball. So that's definitely something I want to see this year. Also, I want to see how he does in pass pro. Just because he's not the biggest back, I don't think he can't be good in pass pro. Maurice Jones-Drew wasn't the biggest back, but he knew exactly who he was supposed to be blocking, and that's how he became a vital part of the pass pro when he was in. So I don't think that'll be his primary responsibility, but I think it's a way that he can help being in on third downs. So we're just going to wait and see how that plays out. But I recall people saying we needed to add another back, and I'm like, man, are y'all not seeing it with Quinshawn and with Dylan in that combination? Like, it's going to be something special. So just wait and see. All right, let's see what the next question is. No problem, Shanithia.
Well, from what we saw when we drafted him and then getting him here, I hope we're trying to get him the ball as often as we can. I mean, that dude is explosive. He's tough. He's got great contact balance. He's understands situational football. Part of that is punt return. You know, we talked about it, you know, before the game, like, do we want to put him back? Do we want to put him at risk? Well, it's our only away game. If he's going to do it in Jacksonville, let's get him one there. Even if we want to have him fair catch it, thank God we didn't go down that road, right? Let him be explosive, right? I mean, we got to find a number of ways to get him the ball, again, with his explosiveness, his quickness, his contact balance. So whether that's punt return, kick return, screens, shallows, down the field routes, he's going to be a real weapon for us.
With the guy like him, and I'm sure I know you've had other guys like this in your career, is a play caller, do you go into a game with like a number in mind that we have to get this guy the ball X number of times?
You do, and then games change, right? You have a certain amount and it goes a certain way and you end up running it more than throwing it. Or it goes the other way and you're behind and the wideouts are happy and the running backs are pissed, right? It's one or the other, right? So it's like you go into it saying, okay, who are our touch guys? But a lot of times the defense decides that. So he is one of those guys. The reason you can use him as a touch guy because you can use him in a variety of ways, right? You can hand it to him, you can throw a screen to him. Certain other guys aren't nearly as much volume because they're more route running guys. They're not really return type styles. So that makes it a little bit harder to say, I want to get this many touches.
How valuable?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hearing too, Zedric, because they got him a touch on the road so he can see it, which was good because he was saying he potentially is going to be the one that's doing it in Jacksonville. They're glad they didn't tell him to go out there and fair catch it. They let him show his explosiveness, meaning he probably won't be back there week 2, and then week 3 of the preseason, they're not going to put him out there. They're not going to put him in harm's way. He's too valuable of a piece as a weapon. So, yeah, I think Dylan's going to have a big year. I looked at how the Baltimore Ravens used Keaton Mitchell for the last 2 years. They really used him well in matchups. So they didn't try to re-sign him. He ended up going to the Chargers, I believe. But I just looked at that, and I was like, Dylan Sampson could definitely play this type of role. Casey in the backfield with Dylan for a couple packages would be fire. I agree, because then you also got the running back and you got speed, and then you could tilt the defense because now just think of Denzel Boston on one side, Isaiah Bond on the other side, and you got Dylan Sampson and Casey Concepcion in the backfield. That defense is like, oh my goodness. Harold Fannin at tight end. They're like, man, what are you trying to do?
Back to Dylan because he's probably one of those touch guys, right? How valuable are those guys when you are kind of hunting some of those matchups and trying to find that stuff, even for, more traditional type players?
Sure. Well, our job is to find out what our players do really well. What are they elite at? They made it to the NFL because of a trait that they had. Now, how do we develop and round out their skill set, right? That's what coaching is and development is. And so how are we able to get players with an elite skill set to do what they do best without being so tendency oriented that that's all you do when they're in? Does that make sense? Like, how do you get them in your rotation and utilizing them that allows you to function at a really high level? And that's what I really like about Sam. I think he's going to be an explosive player. You just got to get him in space.
Todd, you mentioned that you were going to be talking to Joe Brady yesterday, and I know you guys are mostly kind of working through the practice schedule. But did you guys kind of talk about the starters and plans for the actual game? And then if he's not going to start any of his starters, how might that impact what you do?
Well, we both talked about that. If we see out of our ones, our group, our older players, what we want to see on Thursday, they would not play in the game. We agreed upon that. Okay, the plan is that we'll play our ones a significant amount against each other, right, on Thursday in a controlled environment. Not that the other guys aren't going to get reps, but in a controlled environment and see where we're at. I would assume if it's anything like we've practiced before, that it'll be on point with what we want and what we see, and then we get to see where we stack up against one of the premier teams of the last 10 years making the playoffs. I'm excited for that because in that practice we get to see our ones against ones, right? And so that's going to be fun. I got a lot of respect for Joe and the staff there and what Sean initially started and where Joe's trying to take it. And hopefully they're going to have a lot of respect for the way we play and the way we practice and handle ourselves.
Todd, I know, don't answer injury questions, but hear me out. What you mentioned is 9 practices in a quarter of the game. Is there reason to be concerned about that, or are you just being overly cautious?
I would stick to the latter. You know, just being overly cautious. We're hopeful that we'll get it.
I thought so. It's the vets who sit out. Yeah, D, that is the lineup. That's the lineup that I would be looking forward to, because you can attack every part of the field and you can really get a defense off balance. Let me show y'all what Tika just sent. We've been kind of getting some leaks, y'all, with who is gonna play and when and this and that. Let's go full screen on this one. So shout out to Tika. She just sent this. All right, let me readjust this. Hear me out. Yeah, you know Tony Grossi. You know Tony Grossi was on something else when he's saying "hear me out." You know he on something else. He said, "Just hear me out." I know you probably don't want to answer this, but hear me out. Hear me out. You probably don't want to answer this, but hear me out. Hear me out. All right, so I find this interesting. Another leak highlighting another leak highlighting the week 1 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we are seeing the NFL promote Shedeur. This is overtime. They're saying this is their first matchup. So people are kind of leaning towards Shedeur is going to be starting. We're going to let it play out. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. Shout out to Tika, but we seeing more leaks, y'all. We are seeing more leaks. My bad. Let's get this back up. We are seeing more leaks.
Get him back next week. But we're just being overly cautious. Do not see it then.
Hey Todd, Luke Floria caught that nice pass from Shedeur. What have you seen from Floria here?
Well, all he does is come out and practice his rear end off and make plays when called upon. You know, a few weeks ago we ran that little around to him, and I didn't even know he was in until he caught it, until he got it, and hell, ran away from dudes. I'm like, well, this guy's pretty good. I just love the way he plays football. Like, the guy loves football. And all he does is come out and compete every day and make plays when given opportunities.
1.8K seconds. Oh, man. That is funny.
Stop it. Get some help.
If Shedeur gets to start, we popping champagne over here. I still feel confident. So get your bottles ready. I want to see Shedeur versus Travis. Shedeur is going to test him. I believe it.
Maybe he peaks as the weather gets worse. How can you do both of those things?
It's hard. Luckily, we had a really strong off season. When the guys came back, we've practiced hard. And I think what we've seen through that is we made it through the game the other day pretty unscathed, which is, again, shouldn't say anything because we play again this week. But again, I think we're calloused, and you can see that. Quinshawn played a little more than we would have wanted Saturday. We went 3 and out the first drive, unfortunately. So we wanted to get him back in there. One more drive with the O-line. And then once we got the next drive, we took them out, the older players. Wanted to see Spencer and some of the younger wideouts. But Q's a real weapon, man. He's a bull. He is tough as hell. We didn't really block anybody, and somehow he got 8 yards. You know, so that'll tell you.
Todd, hearing from Jared today, we talked to him about his talking and sort of how it motivates him, and he hopes it motivates his teammates. But the sort of talking he does, coupled with the way he rushes with that power, is he just a guy that can wear down opposing offenses?
I think that's a good way of putting it. I do think he's a guy that backs it up. Like, he's not a phony. He's highly competitive, and it gets him going. His juices start flowing, and he's a self-made guy, man. Like, and he just wants to be great. He just wants to be elite and help his team win, and it's fun to be around. It's contagious because he backs it up. Like, he only knows one speed, and that is what's fun to be around, a guy that backs it up.
He also mentioned that. Go ahead. He also mentioned that the difference he's seen in this camp to the other couple he's been in is the heavy load. He mentioned physically and mentally. I'm curious, how do you think your mostly young roster has handled everything you put on him in these first couple of weeks?
First of all, they've been awesome. I mean, I said it before. I mean, what's really cool is they let me be me. They just do. And I'm not perfect, but they let me be me and coach them and be authentic and be honest with them. And they're honest with themselves. And so that's been really fun. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder just because that's what I know. I don't know the other way. It's not that the other way's better or this one's better. I only know what I know. So you're always trying to look at, and then other ways people do it. But then, okay, where are we at? I've pulled back on days. We've gone helmets. We've gone an hour and a half. We haven't just stayed with the schedule of what I set up. But our guys have really accepted it. Our coaches have done a great job of managing the reps. I like to keep the practice the same, just manage the reps. It's fine. We don't have vet days off. Come on out there, put your gear on, and then we'll manage your reps because we're a team. That's what a team does.
Todd, just as you self-assessed your own performance on Saturday, what did you like? What did you feel like this? This is something that my first time as an NFL head coach in a game, I need to really, I still need to get adjusted.
Well, first I got to get a gauge before they pull the flag out of where the 50-yard line is, because I wasn't sure. And, the fans, like the people that holding the flag, they pulled it out, and I didn't know. Like, was at the 45. It was almost like the quarterback going under the guard instead of the center. I was trying to figure that out. So that was pretty cool, figuring that out, to get that straight. Joking aside, calling it was not that difficult. We're on the field. That was not difficult. The interesting thing is, and I saw Ken around there, he's sneaking around there somewhere, and I was telling him that when you're in between series, it's the same when I was at Southern Miss. Like, okay, you're in between series, you're trying to balance. This was really cool. Like, all right, I'm on the headset with Rudy. He's a new D coordinator, right? What are they calling? I want to be dialed in. Do we need to throw a flag, right? I want to hear the offensive staff. What's the next drive going to look like? You want to look at the surface. What just happened? You might want to have a comment with the quarterbacks or the receivers. Like, there's a lot more actually when we don't have the ball than when we have the ball. Once you've decided, shit, just pick one and go at that point. But it's in between the series where you're like, all right, man, there's a lot more that you can. And luckily I was paying attention. Hell, I threw the red flag. I mean, so those are the things you work through, just being honest. And it was cool. I mean, obviously being back home, and I felt very calm. Everything was fine. Didn't finish the way we wanted, but I love the way our guys competed. And there's a lot of those things you work through. That there just is. Whether it's how you warm up, how you prepare, certain things that we did during the game.
Todd, how would you feel if Andrew can wrap up Darius Smith and bring him home? How would you feel about adding Darius Smith?
Well, I'm not going to comment about that. I really don't know where it's at, so I'll leave that to Andrew.
Joint practices have been sort of they've gotten more and more prominent over the years for teams this time of year. Are you somebody who subscribes to the idea that like the joint practices are maybe a better evaluation tool for your team, your roster, and all that than the preseason games?
Somewhat. They're both, to me, important. If coaches weren't afraid of getting their guys hurt, there's no way they would say that a joint practice is like a game. There's no way. Because everything matters when you're stacking plays. Unless we move the ball, which we're going to at the end against them, there are no consequences. There aren't consequences for a trip. Luckily, we overcame it. But there isn't a damn game, right? Or being down on the clock, or coming out of the tunnel as a rookie, right? Like, right, taking the field, the jitters of that. Number one, KC catching a punt does that make sense? Like, there's so much value in it, and then you have to weigh the injury factor, right? You have to weigh that. I think Coach Harbaugh got, in 1 year they lost J.K. Dobbins and Justice Hill in the preseason. Well, what are you going to do then? You sure as hell aren't going to play as starters anymore. For God's sakes, you've been scarred, right? We all get scarred in life. But no one's going to say that a controlled environment's better in the game. But if you're going to play one-on-ones, it's pretty damn close, if that makes sense. You'd love to play your guys and still, it used to be what? Play a quarter, play a half, start the third quarter, and then no one plays. And I thought that was really cool. You got a little bit of both. Okay, I know I rambled there, but it's like you want to see against the ones, and you'd love it in a game environment to really kind of get it all.
Todd, that's kind of a two-part question. Do you intend to use the third game as like a just rehearsal game?
Not there yet. I'm leaning towards that, but I'm not there yet. We'll see how we practice Thursday, and then we'll see how we play on Saturday.
So the follow-up question to that would be,
Couldn't leave it there, could you? No.
would it be fair to expect that a decision is looming at quarterback?
Oh, you're putting words in my mouth. I wouldn't say that. Would I like to have a decision today? Of course. Would I like a decision by next Monday? Of course. Oh, I'd love to have that decision. And we'll see. We've got a lot of football this week. We've already had a lot of football. We've got 4 days of practice in a game. That all adds into any decision with the roster and who the starters are. Some are further along than others, right? We already know. That's part of it. And I'm okay. By the time we get to next week, that'd be great. We can start planning that way, have some practices, and then here we go against Jacksonville.
2 more here.
Will Watson play the third quarter?
He will. Yes, it'll be Shador, just like we did the other day. And if one continues, like Shador went into the fourth quarter, we'll do the exact same thing. He was so excited, he went back out there again. I said, no, Dylan's out there. Get off the damn field.
Is there a world where you see enough, like really good one-on-one work versus the Bills on Thursday? Could you possibly pivot from that with Deshaun playing the third quarter, or you definitely want
That's the way it's going to go. Shador is probably going to go that way. I'm not going to pay myself in the corner. Shador's going to play the first half. Deshaun will play the third quarter. Dylan will play the fourth quarter as we speak right now.
Okay. I see why you said that, Q. I was waiting for the end. I was waiting for the end to why you said that earlier, Q. So let me read your comment. Cleveland media will push to have you fooled. Shador really put a light on them to be who they are with their questions. They never fail. Come back to this message when you finish with the coach, please. Now I see why you said that. Now I see why you said that. For some reason, she doesn't want Deshaun to go out there. Why don't you want Deshaun to go out there? Why do you why are you trying to say, oh, well, he could do enough so he don't have to play? This push for Deshaun is kind of weird to me. In a competition, why are you quitting? Why are you quitting? Why you don't want him to play? Why are you afraid for him to go out there? Nobody was afraid for Shador to go out there, not start and play, in the third quarter. Now you don't want the mirror thing to happen in the next game. You're saying, well, couldn't he just play good enough against the ones and you not play him? Does that seem like that's influenced by a bias? Does that seem like there's some bias there? There's some reason behind him wanting to go out there? Are you concerned that there might be something that he might show, people might see? It's just like the analogy I gave Saturday night. If Usain Bolt is the fastest man in the world, he doesn't care if they race this week, next week, the week after, as long as he's healthy. So if you want to pull your guy out the race, doesn't that mean you don't believe in him? I'm just saying. So just something else. Something else. Let his flaws be in the open. For real. Let him go out there. She went so far as to say Deshaun should be pulled early this weekend. Now I see why Q said that. I saw the comment and I said, oh, that's crazy. Now he shouldn't play in the third quarter if he does well. What? Hey man, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. That's why I told y'all third quarter, we not gonna get the truth about this situation until the third quarter and it's on the grass. That's when we gonna get the truth. That's when we gonna get the truth. I don't think they announced the starter until week 1 regular season. Uncertainty gives them an advantage over D coordinator. I agree with that. I don't, but I am not the decision maker. Let him take some shots with the 3rd and the 4s. Just insane. Just insane. I got belief in the person who I have belief in, so I don't mind him going back out there. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I'm not ducking no smoke. They're not ducking no smoke. Didn't Monken say this was a marathon Saturday? We really are seeing the tortoise and the hare play out. For real. It's something else. It's something else. Also, Keith Mathis, I could definitely understand. I would not want to drive. I think you said it's 3 or 4 hours. I wouldn't want to drive 4 hours just to get out there, and I don't want to ride out there just to see a player that I don't want to see. Let's run that motivation back. Let's run it back so y'all can see. Let's see. Let me pick it up. Let's run it back before we get out of here. Let me find it. Here we go. Let's go to, I believe, this is my time. Here.
And even though you face disappointments, even though you will experience some setbacks, it goes with the territory. You must understand that. I remember I was playing a game with my 9-year-old son, John Leslie, and I beat him 10 straight games in a game called Connect 4. And finally, I said, John Leslie, I'm bored. I don't want to play you anymore. And I got up. I said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. And repeat after me, please. Let's say this together. It's not over
until I
win. John Leslie said, no, you can't go now, Dad. I said, why? He said, it's not over until I win. That was his attitude. We sat down and we played several other games. And finally, after the 11th game, John Leslie won, and he got up and he yawned. And he said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. And I'm saying to you, what if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through? What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Talk to him, Les Brown. It's not over until I win is the sentiment that I have. That's the way I carry myself. That's the belief that I wake up with every single day. I'm not calling it over until it's zeros on the clock. They are up on the score, and we are shaking each other's hand, dapping each other up, saying good game. That's when I'm calling it. Until then, I'm not calling it over. And we're going to watch this thing play out. We're going to watch it play out. Shout out to y'all for being here. Another great stream in the books. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this thing. We got some new segments. I got to work the kinks out of the portion of the members only for YouTube, but so good to hear from Black Pearl, from Selmo Fudd, and from Lipstick Junkie, their takes. That's something that we're going to do on Reaction Mondays for the remainder of the season. 2 p.m. Check out OffThaRecordDee.com. Top left corner, click articles. I got my next article dropping today at 2 p.m. I'll send a reminder to the link in on the Patreon, but it'll be coming out at 2 p.m. Just my thoughts on the weekend, my thoughts on the game. We got something special going on this weekend, so some show times will be changed toward the end of the week, but I'll keep y'all in the know of what'll be going on. We got some special stuff happening this weekend. So I'll let y'all know when the time is right, what we got going on and what we're doing. So shout out to each and every one of y'all. shout out. Let me see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I shout out to the All Access crew on Patreon. I really think y'all are going to enjoy what you get on Saturday. Just like Black Pearl said earlier, work, 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 work. We got new segments. We got new behind the scenes. We have just some new things that we're going to be doing. Some new things that we are going to be doing. So I want y'all to enjoy it. I want y'all to enjoy it. Shanithia said, you can't leave, not just yet. I got something to say. So let's get this up. Let's take this down. Let's go here. And let's do this. Let's see. Where we at? Go here. All right.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Come to Off the Record D, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard. Shout out to Shanithia. I appreciate you. D, I want to say thank you for keeping me grounded. You got me re-energized today. I just want y'all to know and see it what's really happening before us, because people are pushing a certain view. They're not being open-minded. They're not looking at it through a clear lens. If today you have more energy, just wait until tomorrow live stream where we actually break down film on Patreon. We're going to do that. We're going to keep the same time. We're going to keep the 10:30 start time. I think that's just the normal time that we should go. So tomorrow, All Access crew, we're going to be live breaking down film, 10:30 a.m. We're going to be breaking down the film. You're going to see it. I think it's going to give you more life to what I actually saw when I broke down the film. So shout out to you. Thank you for all your support, Shanithia. I appreciate you. Also, Miss K, shout out to you for the 100 jewels. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm glad that we get to do this thing a couple times a week. We get to enjoy ourselves. Also enjoy what we do over there on Patreon. What I need y'all to do is protect your peace. Don't fall for the negativity that people are spewing out here. And just watch the film. Watch the tape, everybody. Patreon crew, I'll see y'all tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be breaking down the film. Once it processes on the back end, we will re-upload it if you missed the live stream. So it'll be available to you to watch on Patreon later if you miss it, or if you can't be there for the entire time. We'll be able to make sure you get to see it. So film going to be shorts later. I gotta see. I might put out a couple shorts. I gotta see how my schedule goes if I'm gonna put out some shorts on the film. Because from the game to doing 2 live streams to working on the articles that I'm gonna put out to preparing the stream and then watching the film to get ready to break it down. I don't know if I'll be able to do the shorts. But on Wednesday stream, I'll probably do some stills to highlight a couple plays on Wednesday stream, and then we'll go through it that way on stream. I don't know if I'll be able to do the shorts, but I'll see. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to y'all for spending some time with me on your Monday. This was a great Reaction Monday. I'll see Patreon tomorrow. Everybody else, I'll see you on Wednesday. Keep eliminating the gray. This has been real. Peace, everybody.